New events live. Guild Wars. It's not supposed to be Guild Wars. I updated all this. Hold on. We're going to play, guys. We're going to play. I'm going to check a couple things out first, but we're going to play. We're going to get into it. We're going to get some grinding done. I want to finish up my prayer grind that I've been working on for a long time now. And so, yeah, we're going to do all that stuff and sort of get in there and see what's up with that. Bitrate's nice and steady. Everything should be good. Let's see if it stays that way or whatnot. Let me go here. I'm looking for something real quick. Hey, what's up, Big Chungus? What's up, Bless? How you guys doing tonight? Everything going good over there on your guys' side? Having a good night? Enjoying your Friday? Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? It's nice to see everyone. Oh, not a whole lot. Just decided to get on here and stream. Internet's been steady tonight, so I thought I'd try it out and see how everything goes. 5 days of membership left. Got to use these appropriately. I'm going to get back to the Ectofunctus. I'm going to finish up my prayer train to get to level 43, and then I'm going to mess around. Ooh, you got your first pet at 80 woodcutting. Got the beaver. Good job, dude. That's sick. I've been playing a ton of Guild Wars the past few days, so I haven't gotten a whole lot done on RuneScape, although I've gotten my crafting up. So I got my crafting up high enough because I had gotten all of these sapphires from doing my freaking mace grind, because you get a ton of those from killing those golems and from mining down there. So I got a bunch of these, and I needed some cash stack because I'm going to need more later. So I made a whole bunch of these, and I started world hopping and selling a few of them, but that's pretty good. Ooh, Korean fried chicken. Did you have like sweet chili sauce with it, or what sauce did you go with? Guild Wars filled me just a quick out of 10, like 8.5 out of 10 probably. There's I'm not far enough in the game to be able to give a full review of it. I'm at level 70, so I haven't hit level cap yet, and I haven't gotten into all the content that people say is the best content in the game. But I'm saying that it is 8.5 out of 10 is like what I would give that game so far. Very good. If you like tab targeting MMOs or that style of WASD movement MMOs, Guild Wars 2 is maybe the one that you should look into the most, perhaps, as far as all that. Ooh, sweet Thai chili, dude. God, I love food so much. Although lately I've been kind of, I don't know, man. My tummy's been upset lately. I'm just sort of drinking fluids. I've been drinking chocolate milk. Maybe, which might be the problem. But I've just gone back old school and started doing chocolate milk all the time. Hey, thanks, Big Chungus. It was a big deal, honestly. It's funny that it was such a big deal, but it took me so long to get this mace that I was, absolutely stoked when I finally did get it. Let's get some music going on this mauve, dude. Pachislo machine? A slot machine? Are you going to take money from all your friends, or what's your purpose for the slot machine? I really like vending machines personally, so I understand the love of old mechanical things. I find that very, very cool for sure. Okay, for the Ectofunctus, what I'm going to need here? I'm going to need 8 pots. I'm going to need 8 slime. Where's my slime? I have all this stuff put together. Here we go. 8 slime, 8 big bones. And then I'm going to need my ectophile. And that should be just about everything, because I don't need tokens anymore to get in and out of there. So I'm going to start grinding this. Tonight we get 43 prayer, boys. We get the overheads tonight. I've already got one of the overheads. We're doing this. I'm sick and tired of not having overheads. I need them to move on. Is that finally peer pressured me back? How so? Ooh, I know that you've been into pinball. I wouldn't mind having some regular cabinets like that, dude. I've always wanted a pachinko machine. I think pachinko's a really, really cool game. The gambling in Japan is so weird, right? There's so many, dude, I will never buy my daily battle staffs. I can't, I don't do dailies in this game for some reason. But the gambling in Japan is really weird. So, a lot of times when you gamble in Japan, they can't give you money directly. You have to get tokens, adult tickets, basically, and take them to a counter to exchange them for things. So gambling is really, really odd over there. It's really good, Amateur. Honestly, I mean, if you've never played RuneScape, you're definitely missing out on one of the best video games that exists. Especially just culturally, I think that this game has so much going on in it that is really hard to explain to an outsider. My favorite brand of snus, I only use Zens. That's the only thing that I use. I'll probably put one in here in a little bit, but there. Hey, Token, what's up, dude? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody filtering in. I'm done scheduling streams. It's a little too stressful because they never work whenever I schedule them, but whenever I just randomly go live, everything seems fine. I would say it's definitely up there as being... Is it my favorite video game ever made? I don't know, because I have other like single-player games that I love as well. But it's definitely top 3 favorite games ever, and it might be the best game ever made, straight up. Volt Deep Freeze? What's the milligrammage on them? I'm on 3s still, dude. I get anxiety just from having a 3 in my mouth. Hey, congratulations, Seawash. That's really sick, dude. I'm really happy to hear that, man. I'm starting to... I think what I'm going to try to do... We're going to see what happens with this. But my goal is to start uploading 2 videos a day and have one be... try to do a Guild Wars and an old school RuneScape video every single day. We'll see how that ends up panning out long term if I run out of content at some point. But that's the goal currently, is to try to get both an old school RuneScape and a Guild Wars 2 video out every day. Honestly, my Guild Wars 2 audience at this point has surpassed my my RuneScape audience. I mean, the Guild Wars 2 stuff is way more... getting way more views, and I can't have that. I have to have them both be equal, you know? I like RuneScape too much for Guild Wars 2 to become the only game that I can stream, so we gotta work on the RuneScape stuff now, dude. It's important. It's a 4. I could probably handle a 4. I've tried a 6 before, and I can do it, but it's just a lot. Sometimes you start to have those weird thoughts. No! That's okay. That's not a big deal. Can I just bank without it? I can't, can I? Shit. Okay. Well, let me teleport back. I've played Final Fantasy XI briefly when I was younger, and it was too difficult for me to actually get into, but I have watched a bunch of videos about it, and I want to go back to it as an adult. I know it's one of the most beloved MMOs of all time at this point, and I'm super interested in playing Final Fantasy XI. I think it's probably something that I would like more than Final Fantasy XIV, honestly. And it still runs, right? Like, there's still... it's still on main servers, yeah? Pick a favorite kid now. Top 3 favorite kids are probably RuneScape, Tomba 2, and Chrono Cross. Those are probably my 3 favorite games of all time if I had to pick favorite games right now. Okay, let's get out 8 Big Bones again. Withdraw 8 Big Bones, deposit my buckets, withdraw 8 slime. Then we're going to pull out my Ghost Speak Amulet so I can actually bank there instead of having to come back here over and over again. Okay, now we're good. Space Marines 2. So is that... First of all, are you talking about the new Warhammer game? Is that what you're talking about? Or what are you talking about exactly? But yeah, sometimes you need breaks from old school RuneScape, dude. I have some friends who lately have been off old school RuneScape and just playing single player games again because they just needed a break from the grind, which I totally get and understand. Play Guild Wars 2 since the old jungle expansion. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's really good, you know? Guild Wars 2 is one of those MMOs that has a lot of substance going on and not just a whole bunch of flash. In fact, I would say that the flash is an afterthought in Guild Wars 2. Not to say that there isn't a lot of flash or a lot of things to collect or a lot of things to do in that game, but the substance is the meat and potatoes of that game, unlike a lot of MMOs where, you know, the shinies are the whole thing that people care about. It's a lot like RuneScape. There's a lot of things about RuneScape. The community in Guild Wars 2 is also crazy like the community in RuneScape. They're always doing these weird challenges on themselves. Like, there was a jump puzzle that Loranity beat with a Wii balance board, like the Wii Fit balance board, using her feet to do the jumping puzzle, and it was nuts, dude. Just crazy stuff that people are always challenging themselves with. You haven't played Final Fantasy XI on a decent private server. They made it a bit too easy, but I love the fishing in it. So is it completely gone now? Is it not? Is it only private servers? Top tier smoke? Word. Is that on Guild Wars or on RuneScape Skylar? I'm back at the Ecto. We're getting 43 prayer tonight and probably some other stat training. I want to unlock the agility pyramid. I want to be able to get some money. I want to start buying some rune armor. I have some goals for later on in the game, and I'm going to need to speed up some grinds in order to get there. There isn't room to put any more in? How can that be? Oh, tokens. It's tokens. Hold on. That's right. I forgot about that. Word, I'll add you on here. There's level 39. This grind is going to be very quick, actually, I think. Let's see. Where was that name again? Have you added my friends list to stream? Top tier smoke. There we go. Hey, Funds, what's up, dude? How you doing? Having a good night? Let me pull up the Twitch chat just so I don't miss anything over there. Actually, sorry, I'm getting distracted by chat. Ooh, thoughts on the channel growth. I'm happy about it. It's unlocking a whole bunch of new anxieties in me that I never knew were there. But I'm glad that it's happening, and I'm coping and doing okay with it, I think. It's odd. I don't know if the odd feeling is ever going to go away. I was literally just watching a Neil Brennan podcast with Taylor Tomlinson, who was literally responding the way that I do whenever someone talks about, you know, the other day, one of my viewers called me Mr. 10% or Mr. 1% or whatever. And I thought that was so funny because I just thought to myself, dude, I'm just some guy. I'm the same person I've always been. It's just everyone else's reaction to me that has changed in this past 3-4 month period. And that's such an odd thing to deal with, where the perspective from the outside world is slowly shifting on me as a person. But I feel exactly the same because I am exactly the same. Basically, nothing has changed about me in the past 3 months whatsoever. It's just that now a few people on the internet know who I am, but there's a weird shift in my life from not only you guys on the internet, but like there are people in my life who have now been coming to me separately and being like, so I like had a video recommended to me on YouTube, and is this you? And sent me the video. And so it's been an odd thing, but I'll be fine, you know? That's the truth of it. I love it. I'm really glad that I'm here doing it. I have a blast. I think that the most fun that I'm having in my days currently is when I'm streaming or making videos. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, thanks, C. Walsh. I appreciate that. I plan to, you know? I don't have any plans on stopping the YouTube grind. I think that life tends to be cycles of up and down. That's how life works. It's always a roller coaster, and it always has been for me. And I've learned over the years that you just power through and just keep going, and everything ends up being okay in the long run. That's how it works out. Am I planning on streaming the RuneScape 3 experience? Yes, I am planning on streaming the RuneScape 3 experience. So long as my internet lets me, and if I have to stay up until midnight to start the stream because people are using up all the bandwidth during that time, I will be doing that. But yeah, I'll be streaming the RuneScape 3 experience for sure. I kind of have to. You know, I sort of owe it to the people at this point. All right, back down. The Summer Summit tomorrow? Yes, I will be watching the Summer Summit tomorrow. I've been looking at the advertisements for that. I don't know. I need a bucket. I didn't get my... Okay. I keep making mistakes. Yeah, I plan on watching that. I don't know what's going to happen. I think they're obviously going to announce Varlamore Part 2 at some point. And then they'll probably talk about sailing, although I don't think it's going to happen. Wait, no. The Summer Summit is for RuneScape 3, not RuneScape 2, right? Or not old school RuneScape, right? Hold on. I'm trying to think about what it is that I've seen about it. Someone will tell me. A normal day for me when I'm not streaming. Well, I haven't had a day where I'm not streaming for a little while now. But a day for me where I'm not streaming at this point is sort of me thinking about content the whole time and streaming and what my plans are for all of it. making soap a lot of times. That's usually a big part of the reason, or I'm seeing family or hanging out with Tiff. Those are usually the things that I'm doing outside of this. I don't have a whole lot of time for other things, so the most important parts of my life to me currently, and in school, obviously, the most important parts, which I've been neglecting for sure, the most important parts of me for my life currently to keep up with, even while all this is going on, is keeping up with my relationships with Tiff and my family, and then making sure the business doesn't fail and doesn't falter. That's the big part of it. I think it's funny that those move down. I could go ahead and crush these buttons, so I'm just going to go ahead and go back. Hey! Thanks, Les. I appreciate that, dude. That's super nice. Yeah, dude. I want to drive it too, man. You know, it's an odd thing, you know. I don't know, the whole aspect of life where like you get to choose what it is that you want to do. I don't know if you guys saw that Nikocado Avocado video that he made recently, where he's basically just crying on camera, and I mean, it feels like an interesting a moment of honesty from him, where he just talks about how much he hates his life and everything is terrible for him. And it really is true that you have to be so careful about what it is that you end up doing in your life, and you have to constantly check in with yourself about whether or not you like what's going on in your life, because you can very easily, just because something works out for you doesn't mean it's good for you, and doesn't mean that it's what you want it to be. That being said, this is all something that I've planned and thought of and worked on for a very long time in my life, so this is something that I want. But in Nikokado's situation, it really made me feel bad for him, because I can totally see how, and I've seen it happen to other people and my friends. Oh, thanks for becoming a member, Miguel. That's super nice of you. I appreciate that, man. I've seen it happen to other friends of mine who have like hit a niche and then not known what to do with that niche, and just had this weird struggle where their life becomes this miserable thing of trying to make a bunch of people on the internet happy, and they don't even want to be doing what they're doing. And I think that's sort of what Nikocado Avocado fell into, and it's just really sad to see, you know. It's really brutal, so you gotta be careful. Dude, really sad, Mezzo. I make soap. Is that a family business? We started about 10 years ago. It's not really a family business. I just, for some reason, I was interested in making soap, and Tiff was interested in making bath bombs, and it's when you do something for 10 years, you get kind of successful at it, you know? Dude, it was really sad. I don't know. I mean, and you're hearing a lot of this right now. There's some kind of odd burnout, and I think a lot of it comes from the super hardcore push that's been happening over the past 5 years, probably since the pandemic, where everybody was trying to turn their life back around and figure out what they were actually going to do with all this time that they had, and reassessing what it is that they wanted to do with their lives, and figuring out all these new things. And I think we're hitting some kind of tension point with all of that, where people are starting to have actual thoughts about what they've done for the past, 5 years, and that's just what we're seeing right now. But it is what it is, man. I love what I do. It's going really good, Luke. How are you doing? Josh, nice to see you. Roy, always good to have you out and about, my friend. I hope you're having a good time. I saw that you don't like Berserk. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, I totally understand. That's definitely not for everybody. You were talking about how you feel like it's just a whole bunch of, gore, and he's like, Mr. Grumpy guy, and then there's the like unlikable fairy and all those things. I totally get that. Berserk is such an odd thing for me, because for me, Berserk is a philosophy piece on how life works, and it's a giant allegory for the existence of everything, and how people's lives are sort of giant tragedies that we all grow from. And sometimes, life is just about staying alive for as long as you can, and sometimes no matter what you do, life can't kill you, and you become a certain person who just continues pushing forward, and pushing forward makes life different, So I think that's, what I really like about Berserk. Berserk is Diet JoJo? I have not watched enough JoJo to even tell if that's true. I can't imagine a world. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in my head is just Boba 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 Bo. That's what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is. I think less. I sort of talked about this, and I talked about it. I buried it at the end of a 45-minute video yesterday, my RuneScape video that I made, which was really killer. Actually, I was really happy with that one. But I think that the thing that's going to make MMOs the next big thing again is when they figure out how to make an MMO that no matter how far you push into it, there is always new content to do. That the players playing the game somehow are the ones. Their effect of moving into deeper content is the thing that expands the game. I don't know whether or not that's going to come from AI or from some kind of, evolving computer code that we don't understand yet. But that's the thing that is about, that's the thing about the world that is most unlike MMOs, right? And MMOs are life sims at the end of the day. That's what they are. They're systems that are set up to make everything seismic. Nice to see you. They're systems that are set up to make it feel like you're living in the real world, but you're doing it on a virtual screen, and then you can change all of the aesthetics of it to be a sci-fi game, a fantasy game, all those things. And the thing that MMOs cannot capture is that at the end of the day, when you hit 99 in your skill, that's all that skill has. You're now 99. There is no further improvement. There is no new weapon that you discover by getting more XP. There is no new thing that the players are finding out about until content is made by the creators. And that is not the way the world works. The world is discovered by people. It has already been created in totality, and it is impossible to get to the end of. I mean, it's an ever-evolving process, and we are part of that ever-evolving process. And so that whole thing is happening constantly. And I think that MMOs in general, when they can replicate that feeling of a whole bunch of scientists work together and now they've discovered how to make RNA vaccines, when that's something that an MMO can do, that's when MMOs will be bigger than anything else again. To be honest, once you put 5,000 hours in the game, I'm of the opinion you should at least try to find one other game you can sink almost as much time into. Roy, I 100% agree with you. I don't think it's healthy to, and this is different for everybody. For me personally, it's not healthy to obsess over one game and one game only. The thing that I love and the feeling that I love in video games is the feeling of discovery, and the less dense the discovery is, the less enjoyment I get out of a video game. Hey, thanks, Nathan. I never left. I've been here the whole time. I've just, break up the stream. I got a whole bunch of different audiences that all like different content, so I try to make it for everybody. You just gotta, it's a week. It was a week I was playing Guild Wars. I get the ability to make a best in slot sword at level 1 since that'd be cool. I'm getting level 43 prayers so that I can have overheads. Combination of MMOs and roguelites, but in a way that makes sense, not just new. Maybe less. I think it's more than that. I think it's figuring out what it is in the world that is infinitely discoverable, what it means to have an infinite universe, what it means to have the fabric of reality constantly stretching, and then being able to replicate that with computer code. And I don't know if that's large language models. I don't know what that is, but that's just my thoughts on what is the next thing. It has to be like that. Sword Art Online is a universe that they live in, and they make their own stores, and their stores are filled with weapons that they have designed and they have put together with their own virtual hands that aren't just from a giant drop-down list of makeable weapons. It's I've heard about this ore, and if I had that, I could make something really special, and that whole thing. And I think that that's, I keep forgetting the ectoplasm, and that's what I think is, sort of being pushed there. It's, maybe I have a different outlook on what MMOs are, but like I said, I feel like they are just representations of our world. They are just the closest thing that we have to what life is in a computer game. And I think that they still have some major shortcomings because of that, but I think it's just a technological problem, that we haven't really advanced technology far enough beyond just programming in content yet, and we have to get to that point. But, it is what it is. I only need that many. Hey, what's up, John Doe? Nice to see you. Flavor. Yeah, VR is definitely a thing that seems to be grabbing a lot of people's attention currently. I'll be excited to see how that turns out long term too. And I would like to see them doing a VR MMO for sure. Sword Art Online kind of put us back a little bit on that, I think. People are afraid of VR MMOs. Do you have to put the coins in? Are you just playing a slot machine that gives you your own money back? Do you like gambling a lot? Some people love it, dude. Some people's brains just absolutely go for that. Hey, Jay, what's up, dude? It's going good, man. Out here having a good time. Yeah, I'm having a great time, dude. I'm finishing up my 43 prayer grind so I can basically beat this game, or at least get much, much further in it. Then I'm going to get 25 agility so that I can do other things. I don't think so, Roy. There might be something that drops stacks of them, but I'm not sure. I would have to look that up. I would just go to the wiki, and I would if I was going to try to find out, I would just go to the wiki and I would go to item sources for Dragon Bones. Buying them off the GE, that's a great way to get them, honestly. Yeah, I play Sword Art Online too. That was so cool, dude. There's a boss that drops a lot in RuneScape 3. That's what I was thinking there was something like that here too, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I haven't done any VR either. I've never put a VR headset on my head, but I really want to. Hey, Flavor, thank you so much for becoming a member, dude. I appreciate that. For real. Thank you. Dragon Implings. Yeah, they give you noted ones, don't they? I didn't even think about that. Dude, I need to get Implings too. I need Hunter. I have so much stuff. Welcome back, Funds. I like that emoji. That's fun. Yeah, Maddie, I also bought quite a bit of bones off the GE in order to get, and then I just unnoted them at that player house and everything. I was like, I'll make money versus fighting dragons. Jay, that's a thing that I've heard from so many people, that they get VR and they look at their hands and they move it with the triggers and then they're just there. But I feel like I'm going to get motion sick if I play VR. Certain MMOs have made me motion sick before because there's like a weird wiggle waggle thing that goes on. Star Wars, The Old Republic specifically made me feel kind of woozy whenever I was playing it for a little while, but I think I could adapt. But I really want to. I'm just afraid that I'll never feel the touch of a woman again if I ever get a VR headset, you know? I mean, and that will be by choice. Virtual women, for sure. Vorcat drops more than one set of bones. Weird. It hurts your face after so long? Yeah, I have that problem even with just regular glasses, that it digs into my face and kind of feels whatever. My day's been good. I hung out with my parents a little bit earlier today for about 3 hours. I helped them with some stuff around their house, and then I came home, and Tiff and I hung out for the majority of the day, and we've just sort of been watching TV and taking it slow today. I did a whole bunch of work last night and everything, so, and I streamed yesterday morning at like noon. So it's been kind of a chill day. I'm having a good time. I wanted to get some RuneScape streaming in because I haven't done any of that this week, so I'm happy to get to it. Aren't you a fan of VR, Maddie? Fortnite never did that to me. I felt so at home in Fortnite so quickly. I don't know what it was about that game, but there was something about the loop of that I clicked into very fast. What can I trade these for, by the way? What can I trade the Ecto tokens for that's actually useful to me? Start out with short sessions, and now you can play for a couple hours before you start to feel it. I think that's probably how it would be for me as well. I usually can adapt to basically anything feeling-wise in general, but I usually always start off being kind of, you know, weird with it for sure. The switch happens decently quickly, but I definitely feel the immediate effects of things. So I bet VR would do that to me. You really don't need above 70 prayer in old school RuneScape. You can basically beat everything at that point in the game, and you can get all of the buffs that you need. But, you know, we're completionists over here, so we take things to their absolute limit. I mean, that's what, you know, I was talking about this in that video that I made last night, talking about how people all of the things that people complain about currently in old school RuneScape are not problems in RuneScape Classic, because all of the content was, or at least at launch, right? There were no monsters that dropped adamant gear or anything. The only way you could get it were by players making it for a very long time. And the best gear in the game, Rune, wasn't even there yet. So adamant was the best thing, and people were waiting for other players to get to those levels in smithing so they could actually have that armor. And you know, it's an odd thing that as we've gone forward, they fixed a lot of the problems of RuneScape Classic, and they've almost introduced new problems nowadays. The skills don't really have linear progression to them in any way that matters. And, you know, it sort of does something to the game, but the game's still great. I love the feeling of skill go up. That's great. Just finished Recipe for Disaster. Barrow's Gloves. Heck yeah, dude. I remember the first time I got Barrow's Gloves. That feeling is so good. Best in slot, you know, at least when I got them, it's awesome, dude. Dude, less. Yeah, exactly. Season 1 Fortnite was really, really good. That was a great time before everyone understood building. And then once they put no building, I came back and it was really, really good too. Nathan, you're going to have to go buy a card. Do they still sell OSRS cards? I don't know if they do or not. I remember they used to. 77, word. Oh, I've seen those. I've had Tabletopia for a long time as well, and that game's pretty good as well for doing, like, D&D sessions in it. 82 for Desert Elite Diaries, word. I think Brighter Shores will be really good. We'll see. Hey, Bion, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. I think Brighter Shores will be really good. I'm excited for it. I'm unabashedly excited for it. We have until November at the earliest, so we still have a little bit of time. There's some other stuff that's launching in November that I was going to play. Oh, yeah, Path of Exile 2, the beta's coming out in November, and I'm going to try to get a beta key for that and see how that game plays. I would like to see them do Fresh Start Worlds, but honestly, I mentioned this too in the video yesterday of how, like, you know, people know so much about this game now that if I really wanted to, I mean, I could have total level, I don't know, 1,700 to 2,000 in a year or so if I really just try-harded at this game and went ridiculous. So you're really not, and some people can do it way, way, way faster than that. So, I mean, it's an odd thing, you know. One of the problems with an MMO that's been around for so long is people know it so deeply that it's a whole different thing than what it used to be. There isn't really a sense of discovery anymore because the game's solved. But it's not a problem for enjoying the game. It's only a problem for having that specific feeling that we had whenever we were children. And you almost have to give it to yourself now by, you know, taking your time and playing without guides and doing all those things if you want that kind of feeling. It's going good, Kit. How are you doing, dude? What's your night like? What's Friday night going like for you? I was not a Valheim player, and I didn't even know about that game until 8 months ago or something like that. I skipped that season of Asmongold. Dude, I totally know what you mean, Nathan. I feel that way as well. I play basically every MMO that comes out at launch now, at least the ones that I'm interested in, because I don't want to be left behind anymore. It's such an odd thing coming into Guild Wars 2 and being so far behind so many people, and just seeing the next decade of my life and knowing that I'm still not going to catch up to those people in that decade, because then they'll move forward as well. But you just have to eventually become comfortable with where you're at, you know, in your own journey and all of that. Iron Man gives you that feeling. Ultimate Iron Man did that for me a little bit, that sort of sense of discovery, but it fades. You know, I think it always does. Eventually, you do know things that you've always known, and like I said, it's a different experience than a game where you physically have no option whatsoever to get those items. Like, you can't de-iron your account and get them unless someone else in the game is capable of making them. That's a whole different world, you know? And like I said, I think it would be a whole different world if players' own invention, you know, if we can somehow make a video game where a guy, his actual skill at the game makes him better at crafting weapons, so his weapons specifically are better than anyone else's weapons, and he can, or she can, become the ultimate weaponsmith in the game, and then he takes on people to tutor them in how to do it the proper way to make better weapons. If that sort of thing could happen, that would be a whole different time. Being lazy is good, kid. I wish that I could be lazy. I get anxiety like crazy now whenever I'm lazy. It's nuts. when you first played Vampire Survivors. I wasn't there for that one either. I was skipping that one too. I love all these different Asmongold eras that people go through, and like I feel like Asmongold is like an MMORPG where you do it for a while and then you take a break from Asmongold, you know, as you become tired. I can always see the type of people who play thousands, like tens of thousands of hours in an MMORPG in his comment threads, where they're just like, Asmon jumped the shark forever ago, he sucks now, all he does is make drama videos, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I think that's because you're still watching when you should have taken a break a year and a half ago, dude. That's the problem. Dude, totally, Roy. I try not to theory craft anymore. I try not to look at any of that stuff or think about any of that stuff because I just don't think that it's good for my actual enjoyment of the game. And I think that it's just you know, it's like spoilers. Last night I spoiled myself on what's it called? I spoiled myself on Jujutsu Kaisen. Just went through and looked up a whole bunch of stuff about that. I only watched up until the anime, and I just said, you know what? This show's about to end, or this manga's about to end. I want to know what's going on. So every question that I had, I just went and looked it up and found out everything that I could. And what I realized is that I think that my personality is kind of like Kenjaku, which is not a good thing to realize about yourself, but I think it's true, dude. Once you get to level 80, you'll be more on par with those older accounts. Totally, but the skill set and the game knowledge won't be there yet, and that's what really separates the people in those kinds of games. Guild Wars 2 is luckily a game where people don't sweat too hard at it, so it won't be that difficult to get into a higher bracket of capability in that game, but there's still going to be people out there who just know so much about that game that you'll never be able to catch up with them, but it is what it is. Yeah, Roy, so this is my thing. This is what I've been saying about these games. That's why I think the next... Ooh, yes. Cool. Spit this ground a little bit more. That's what I think is so interesting about this concept that I'm having inside of my head about video games right now, is that imagine a game that legitimately creates itself as the players go, so there is no data to be mined. There is no content to understand until players get into that game and start to see what's going on in it. And like I said, I don't know what that looks like or how that would be. I'm talking about science fiction level stuff here, but imagine a world that you log into and it's just like real life. You know, it is just a place that exists, and you walk around and you discover the laws of physics and everything in that game. It's good. I am at level 39, and I only have 208 more to go to level 40. We only have a couple more levels left. I'm almost through my stack of bones, and I'm almost done. That's totally what we thought No Man's Sky was going to be. We're just not there technologically. You know, I'm not talking about randomly generated. I'm not talking about procedurally generated. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about, like, life isn't procedurally generated. It exists, but it is so malleable that you couldn't data mine real life. You couldn't have, at the beginning of time, looked ahead and seen what was going to happen with people, because the way the world became was a bunch of rolls of really, really complicated dice that went forever and ever and always. And I want that kind of experience out of a video game at some point, you know? It's not just people are building buildings. It's that there is a rule set to the world, and within that world you can do anything in that rule set, and people have dominion over it. Because a video game can be set in anything aesthetically, you play video games to get away from real life, but video games are trying to imitate real life at the end of the day. They're just embellishing on that. So imagine if you know, this is a world where you can become super strong, you can fly, you can do all of those kinds of things, but you just have to figure out how to do them in the game. And it's not just you go and learn a skill from something. It's something about the way that we learned how to make computers. It would be that kind of thing. How do I play so many MMOs at once? Honestly, I've just always done it. I get frustrated and bored with MMOs, and I have to take breaks from them. And so I always have one going. I have like a cycle that goes around. Yeah, The Matrix is a really good example of sort of what I'm talking about. But a willing and, you know, in the most modern Matrix movie, there's a whole bunch of human beings who choose to still live in the Matrix because it's what they want to do with their lives. You know, like I don't know, man. It's just what I've been thinking about the past couple days of what is lacking in an MMO still. Breaks are key. I 100% agree. I think that, you know, playing a game forever makes you hate that game. That's a really good point, Sock. That's a really good example. The fact that they've made computers in Minecraft based off of redstone is a really bizarre thing that I can't wrap my head around completely. I don't know how that could possibly function, but it does. They've done it. Something like surrogates? I'd be interested to know what that is. I don't know. 100% token. We have no idea. You know, I mean, this is sort of what I, you know, I don't, you know, I am an ideas guy for sure. But this is just sort of what I think of, or what my brain's doing right now. Because I've been playing so much MMOs and I've been doing so much research on MMOs. And I'm like, I've been listening to so much commentary on MMOs, and I've been hearing all of your guys' thought on MMOs. And I am giving out free existential crises. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, Roy. I have to get them again eventually, so it would just be a problem at some point again. I'm not worried about it. I could bring one more, though, couldn't I? Nah. But you linked early or whatever? Yeah, I could see something like that. I mean, I have no idea what it's going to look like. Yes, I am going to check out RuneScape 3. It starts on, I'm assuming, Tuesday, as long as my internet is cooperative. I've dropped 0 frames right now, and it's the weekend, which tells me that there is something going on that on the weekend when they know they're going to have more traffic, they are boosting the bandwidth in my area or something. They swear up and down that they don't throttle anything, but they lie straight up. They gaslit me 100%. I was staring at a screen that said that my upload speed that I'm paying for is 40, and they were telling me it was 5, and they were trying to get me to pay for a plan that gives me 35. That's how it happens sometimes, Les. That's how it happens. Yeah, I mean, they could do it in virtual space as well, you know? I think that as we go further in technology, virtual space and real physical space are going to blur significantly, and we're going to find ways to almost make Doctor Who level technology where things are bigger on the inside than they are on the outside, and it's all going to be just through compression algorithms and things that we're somehow going to apply. I mean, this is the thing that's interesting about computers, is that computers work the way they do. Oh, cool. Thank you, guys. Computers work the way they do because they replicate real life, which leads me to believe that loopholes that we found and the quick things that we found to fix, could potentially apply to real life as well. We just don't know how that would happen yet. I think that technology is going to outpace our knowledge about the real world and our knowledge of physics. I mean, we're already getting to the point that we have no idea how anything is working in reality anymore. You know, we have a decent understanding of how gravity works, but not really how it fits into the rest of physics. And we have a lot of issues in the physics calculations currently. Totally, Nathan. 100%. We are just babies looking upon the universe for the first time, honestly. For Adram Helen, by the way, I once again very strongly recommend we get on a Discord call an hour to set the terrible settings and set you a working UI for RuneScape 3. Cool, we could definitely do that. We could do that during my stream even if you wanted to, and we could talk about everything on there, and then you guys could let me loose in the world. Yeah, dude, second overhead indeed. Look at this, man. Look at this. 3 more levels, guys. I keep missing it, dude. I'm so rusty on flicking, or on on flicking. It's difficult for me now. It's a little bit faster, I think. 100 BPM is, if it was 120 BPM, I could be so golden, but 100 BPM is just in that pocket that slows down for me. I didn't get my slime again. I've been doing this so much, all this time loss. It's going good, Divine. How you doing, man? Having a good night? Enjoying your Friday? Have they made it very easy now compared? On the topic of almighty computers, I remember you saying at some point you were in school for comp sci. How do you think your time in MMOs has helped you in that field of study so far? How do I think my time in MMOs? Well, I think that it's prepared me for grind, and I think that so far my time in computer science has been that every single new class that I go into is a complete and total frying of my brain that I am almost incapable of wrapping my thoughts around, and then eventually it finally clicks, and then I'm able to pass that class, and then right after I pass that class, the whole cycle starts over again. And that's something that if I hadn't done all of this stuff, I probably would be completely giving up on the possibility of me being able to overcome it, and probably would have given up on the possibility of me being able to overcome it ever. You know, I would have never have gotten as far as I have into computer science currently because of that. Just, it's so much, it's so overwhelming, and MMOs have really, and playing all these different MMOs have really prepared me for it. Hey, what's up, Ref? What's up, Ref? Nice to see you again. I would take a hero my options kind of guy for sure. Speaking of physics, do I believe in the possibility of white holes in parallel universes? Yeah, I definitely do. I think that this is such a difficult topic to talk about because it's so on the fringes of reality. But I think by nature, what I believe in is that humans and reality is like a really complicated set of dice, and we are just sort of following these rolls of the dice over and over again. And just by the nature of that, by the fact that everything is up to probability and statistical analysis, I think that it almost seems probable that if there is realities where X thing happened, there should be realities, or realities where option A happened, there should be realities where option B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to infinity have happened as well. You know, and all that might exist in the universe, and we just don't know. Isn't that fun, Mezzo? Isn't it fun to constantly never feel like you're actually good at something because you just keep getting new things thrown on you constantly? Hey, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that, dude. You know, I don't know, man. I try to talk about things that other people don't talk about that I'm interested in, you know, because I also feel like I'm in a content drought right now. It's a really interesting process because a lot of times I feel like I'm using video games to talk about the things that are inside of my brain, and whenever a video game video that I'm watching triggers something, that's when I go on a little rant and talk about things. Yeah, we're out here training, Ref. Dude, I guarantee you that's how it feels, Token. Hey, thanks, Natsu. I appreciate that. I can be really good at it. I have been really good at prayer flicking. I have beaten things with one prayer over the course of 5 minutes before, you know? Like, I have done it. It's just, it's so hard to get into. League did that for you. League did what for you? Sorry, Token. I think we got too far down the conversation. Let me scroll down a little bit. We're getting further down it. I'm going to start up a clan for RuneScape 3. As soon as I get far enough in RuneScape 3 to understand how to make a clan and do things, I will start one. Token, so... Hold on, let me see if someone else answered this for you. Yes, Roy gave it to you basically exactly. If you can click it exactly 100 BPM or double click it exactly 100 BPM, so you'll notice that if I can get this going right. So like here, I'm toggling it on and off, but it stayed over my head the entire time. That means that it wasn't draining my prayer during those couple of, or that second or so that I had it up there, where it would be draining my prayer every 0.6 seconds. And if you can keep that up regularly, you can basically have infinite prayer, which is this stat right here that will drain. And that skill makes you immune to all damage from that type of attack. So like from like archery attacks, which basically means that you're borderline invincible as long as you can keep that up and always have it going, and you don't even need resources to keep it up. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Listen, dude, I love video games. This is not a facade. This is my favorite hobby that I've ever had in my entire life. I have been playing video games as long as I have memories. People put a controller in my hand at 2 years old, and I have never gone back to not playing video games after that. Less, I think that as long as there are guides out there for people to be able to follow, to just copy and paste things in. You don't have to learn how to do anything. In a lot of video games, you can get away without using macros. I mean, World of Warcraft, I don't think I have a single macro set up in that game. Final Fantasy XIV, I think I have one macro set up that just uses the next skill in the chain over and over and over again, so I never have to worry about pressing 3 different buttons. I can just use one button for 3 skills in a row. But, you know, I think that in general, you can use computers nowadays and have no idea what's going on in them. And you could be pretty good at using computers and you won't have any idea what's going on in them. It is bizarre how deep the computer rabbit hole goes. And if you guys ever get involved in it, you know exactly what I mean. I know I have a couple of viewers who are way further along in programming than I am and way further along in actually build software. And you will never stop learning if you go into computer engineering. It is a whole different, or software engineering, it's a whole different thing. I will add a RuneScape 3 section to the Discord. Yes, sir. I will do that. I'll probably do that tonight. I didn't even think about it. Macros in PvP is important. That is for sure. It just, you know, it helps out a lot. Dude, the cosmetic items in this game are so good. The fact that they change your walk cycle is just perfect. Yeah, and that is the thing, is that getting better at something will make you better at other things by nature. That's just sort of how the world works. Software engineering, you know, you asked what MMOs did for my ability to do software engineering. Really, the better and the bigger answer is about what software engineering did for my abilities to do everything else. The world looks different to me now. It looks like inputs and outputs, and I never truly understood what that meant. There's inputs, there's outputs, and there's a process in the middle. And the process in the middle is what you refine in order to change what the output is from the given input. And I often think to myself all the time, or I used to think to myself, I must be crazy because I constantly do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. But what I was actually doing the whole time and didn't realize this is I was slowly modifying the middle piece of the puzzle in order to slowly modify the end piece of the puzzle. This whole thing, you know, the YouTube channel and the streams and all of that, that is an example of me over the past 8 years of my life slowly modifying the process to get a different output from the input that I don't think that I'm doing anything, or I don't think that I'm giving the internet anything different than what I was giving it before. It's just the process in which I give it now is different, and that makes everything change. Yeah, dude, the input stays the same. It's the process, 100%. The Steven bots are tolerated because it's fun, for sure. they're a fun time. I'm glad they don't transmog on OSRS too. There's so many times that you're not doing anything in combat that you can just wear basically anything you want anyway, so it doesn't really matter. AJ, dude, it's so good to have you around, man. We are the nerds for sure. I love calling people nerds, dude. That became really popular. I feel like, you know, just almost as a borderline insult, but it's also an endearing, loving term. It's so fun, dude. War Within's actually pretty good, man. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? How are you doing? I haven't seen you around in a little while. Have you been streaming the War Within? Hold on, I forgot that I can put chat on. Hold on, let me do that real quick. You guys can't see all the chat, and I always forget about that. Let me bring up. So this is my friend TJ, Death Drive, which you guys can't see yet because I don't have the chat up on here for it. But Death Drive is my friend TJ, who also streams. He's from around here, and he's a really, really good streamer. How do I get this? Here we go. I guess I could put it up here. Is that good? You guys want it bigger, smaller? How you guys like it? Dude, that's cool. I've only put 12-ish hours into it. I'm level 76 currently. I've been doing a lot of mining and gathering professions in the War Within, but I'm enjoying it so far. You like it better or worse than Dragonflight so far, Death? Tej. Yeah, no, 100% Jay. It's definitely a like a term of endearment in my mind too. RuneScape 3 has a great wardrobe system to cosmetic your outfit. I'm excited to play RuneScape 3. A lot of people really like that game. This is the thing, is like, I think it's a smaller audience, and dude, some of the comments that I've gotten when I announced that I was going to start playing RuneScape 3 is like, wow, way to speedrun losing your audience and all this stuff. And I'm just like, shut up, dude. I'm going to just start responding to people who leave dumb as hell, mean as hell comments and just being like, shut up. Shut up. I don't want you here if you're going to be like that, dude. I'm excited for it. I'm going to have a good time, you know? I'm excited to play a different game. And at least in Roy and World of Warcraft, you can still inspect people and see what they're actually wearing a lot of time. I think you can do that, right? TJ, my new main, or my main for the past 6 months has been a Warlock now. You were right all along. Warlock is the truth, dude. Yeah, dude, 100%, man. This is my channel. I've been heavy on that mute from channel button on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know that this exists, but there's a button that I have that just lets me decide that that person is no longer allowed to comment on my channel, and I've been heavy on that lately, dude. There have been some really toxic, really cruddy and rude comments that have been made about people recently, and not just about me, but the people that I'm watching in the video or the people who are commenting. And if you say something that's bigoted or racist or just really cruddy, like, you just don't get the privilege to comment on the channel anymore. That's just how it works, you know? I'm not gonna put up with it. No, I 100% feel the same, Nathan. It's, you know, people forget that. People forget that we play games that are different because they're different, not because they're the exact same game. You know, Roy, it's an interesting thing because in World of Warcraft, the reason that transmog is so huge, in my opinion, is specifically for the reason you said, not in spite of it. It's because all of the gear that is currently really good in World of Warcraft to actually use has basically no importance in the minds of the people who are using it, and the gear that has importance in the minds of the people is the gear that was good like a decade plus ago that people remember getting in raids that were a really big deal because those items were a really big deal at the time. It's an odd thing. You should go watch if you haven't already, you might have, but if you haven't already, you should go watch one of Asmongold's transmog competitions in World of Warcraft, and you'll really understand how deep the knowledge goes for the transmog items in there. It's nuts, dude. He knows like every item from every expansion that he played through, and it's really bizarre. Hey, it might be terrible flavor. We have no idea. Some people don't like the evolution of their favorite game, but I think about this a lot, that if I was still playing, or if I would have been an adult playing RuneScape, if I would have been me right now when RuneScape was transitioning to RuneScape 3, I would have continued to play RuneScape. And I didn't, only because I was a child who didn't understand what was going on. Dude, for real, Jay. That's what I do. I mean, past ignoring them, you know what I mean? Like, past ignoring them, I get rid of them a lot of times now. Just because, like, they continue to come back and they make a problem for the other people. Like I said, I've seen people directly insulting people who I now know through my community, and they do it regularly, and at that point it's just like, oh, we're done here, dude. Like, if you can't be a civil human being with other people about a video game, then there's something else going on that I'm not here to deal with, you know? You're a cyber ghost. Thanks, Mezzo. I appreciate that. I try to find good stuff to react to, and I feel like, you know, I try to add something to the video as well. I hope that people react to my reaction videos. That's what I really want to see. I think that'll be really fun if we can keep the train going and make the video longer and longer, and eventually we take a 12-minute piece of content from somebody who made a guide video about a video game and we turn it into like a 5-hour long one-sided philosophical discussion about everything. Dude, I'm really excited. TJ, what do you think about the new tier set for World of Warcraft? I hate them personally, most of them. I especially don't like the Warlock one. I will be rocking the last tier set for a while still. So Roy, that was a good one. I left that one. That guy's fine. That cracked me up. I understand what a joke is, you know? I really do. But like there was a person who just told me that I was going to hell on that video, and it's like, okay, this one's gone. Because I said our Lord, or made by our Lord and Savior or whatever, Andrew Gower, and then someone was like, you're going to hell for saying that, and it felt very real, and I was like, okay, we're done. We're done. Yeah, I'm playing OSRS again, dude. I stay playing old school. 2012 to 2013, RuneScape had some real problems, but I still don't know if I would have quit it. You know, I really, like I said, I think that was the fact. A lot of that has to do with where I was at that point in life too. I mean, in 2012, I was 17 years old, so in 2010 I was 15, and I was just I wasn't playing any video games at that point in my life. You know, being a teenager had just taken over completely, and I was just out there in the world, hanging out at the mall, smoking cigarettes, playing music, doing all that stuff. I am grinding up to level 43. Yes, sir. Almost there. Almost there. When is Group Iron Man coming out? I didn't even know that it wasn't out yet. The guys from Braille start like Braille skateboarding? Is that what you're talking about, Meso? If that is what you're talking about, deep cut reference, and I'm worried about how you know that I actually like Braille skateboarding. Like that I've watched that channel a lot over the course of my life. You're 99 sailing in RuneScape 3. Is sailing actually a skill in RuneScape 3 already? I did not see that they were making their own channel. I know that there was a huge falling out with that, and it was like such a grind for them, but YouTube in general is a huge grind, dude. I think the mage one is pretty good, TJ. That's probably my favorite of the whole one. Shadow Priest looks really good, and I think the Shadow Priest skills are some of the coolest skills in Runes, or in World of Warcraft. Gee whiz. I look like a skater? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I don't do it so much anymore because my knees are absolutely terrible, but definitely during the pandemic, I got back into skateboarding for a while, and I started doing like freestyle skating because I'd never gotten into that before, and bought a freestyle board and all those things. And, you know, I think at that point, too, all those kinds of those things like coconut wheelies and everything were just becoming so popular. And what's his name? The guy who does Waltz skateboards. Oh, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but he was getting really, really popular in that time period, and it was a really fun time to be back into skateboarding for sure. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. It's been a weird experience for sure. I don't know, man. It's very odd, definitely, and I'm, like I said, you know, I've just sort of changing the process a little bit that I've been doing, and it's been a good time. I'm having a blast out here with everybody for sure, and I'm so stoked to meet all the people that I've met. I've met some really, really incredible people, and I feel like for the first time ever, I have friends in video games, and I feel like I've never had friends in video games before, or just, you know, I've never actually gotten together with people and played video games until I started doing the YouTube thing and finding the people who wanted to play the games with me. And I've met some amazing people, you know, Roy, Token, Mezzo, Jay, Divine, just Mana, just James, tons and tons and tons of people, more people than I can count. And I feel like I'm meeting more and more of them all the time who are absolutely awesome. Ref is so sick. And it's a good time, dude. Dude, all my friends are in my computer at this point, too. I have like 3 friends in real life still. And everyone else is in my computer. Even TJ, who's around here, dude. It's wild. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, TJ. You know, like letting it be fun is a difficult thing to do because my brain constantly goes, okay, how can we make this better? How can we make this bigger? How can we put in more work and effort into this? And it's a weird process that my brain has always done, and I've never seen it as a potential issue, and now I'm starting to consider about the fact of, am I ever going to find a point in YouTube where I'm satisfied with where I'm at, or am I always going to be this borderline psycho out here trying to figure out the next thing for me to do? You know, will I ever settle down? Will I ever get to that point? And so, I sure hope so, dude. You know, I hope I don't, you know, I don't know. Seeing Asmon gives me anxiety, and it looks like it's starting to wear on him. I know this is sort of parasocial at this point. But he swears that he's doing good, and he probably is, but, I don't know. It's definitely an odd thing to look at. And I've been seeing a lot of, like I said, that Nikocado Avocado video that came out recently, really made me think about what it is that I'm doing on the internet. And I'm trying to be very purposeful with everything that I do. I'm trying to choose really heavily. Dude, I love Asmund. He's a cool guy. He seems nice. I don't always agree with him, but I love him. I genuinely love that guy. You know, as far as you can love someone who you don't know. The way he have trolls, dude, he's really good at it. He might be the best internet troll that's ever existed. That might be his biggest claim to fame. Dude, you were so hard on Mario for so long. And like it is a really cool achievement to get in the leaderboards for speedrunning a game, but it is such a grind, dude. It is so brutal. Except she's now your wife. Well, good job, Jay. That's oh, sorry. Well, good job to you, Jay. Good job to you, Token. I literally said in my last RuneScape video about how like, don't date through the internet, but sometimes it works out for people. A lot of times it doesn't, you know? I met a guy one time playing Elder Scrolls Online because I love talking to people on the internet, so I would, you know, love to talk to people, and I'm very disarming, so a lot of people would just start telling me about, hey, Caddy, what's up, dude? How are you doing? A lot of people would start telling me their personal stories about their lives. And I met a guy one time who started telling me about all the female drama that he had trying to find girlfriends through Final Fantasy XIV, to the point that he had to quit Final Fantasy XIV in order to play Elder Scrolls Online because he had to get away from the mess that he had created for himself on there. Yeah, I feel that, Josh. So the gym has fallen out of my life just a little bit. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been to the gym, and prior to that I was going 3 days a week, and so I need to get back to it. I do think the exercise thing, but I need to find a window in my life because the gym is a horrible place to be after 4 p.m., between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m., and even during the summertime, it was a horrible place to be after 10 p.m. because there was just a bunch of teenagers in there, and I couldn't bench press. I try to do my best. You know, balance is always a difficult thing. You know, too much or if a little of something is good, your brain just immediately wants to go, well, then a lot of it must be great. It's going well, dude. I love everything. It's a good time. Having a blast out here, man. Enjoying playing the games, enjoying grinding my prayer up, trying to get to where I need to go. Just wake up, dude, so like, wake up extra early and go is such a difficult thing. My schedule has slipped around the corner now to where I'm awake at 5 a.m. a lot of times nowadays because I'm, you know, putting finishing touches on videos, uploading things, even if I'm streaming super late. Like, I'll be online tonight probably until, you know, 2 in the morning or something. So it's like it's a difficult thing to find that balance because my internet is so screwed up during the daytime now because of all the problems that I'm having with my ISP. So it's difficult. I almost feel like I should go at nighttime sometime now, but I don't know when that is or what to do, but I'll figure it out. It won't be bad. I'm also not a morning gym person usually. I was there for a little bit. It can work, but I'm definitely like an evening gym person in general. But I do love waking up, drinking an energy drink, and then going to the gym. That shit feels good. I love lifting, dude. Like, genuinely love lifting. I love seeing the progress. It feels like real life building up your strength level. Oh yeah, Jay? I could see how that could happen, and I could see how you could form a relationship over a long time because it is kind of just real life at that point, you know? You are just getting to know somebody, like, over a long amount of time. And, but there are people who are just, you know, looking for GF, you know, and those relationships, I think, are the dangerous ones sometimes. One franchise that I know way too much trivia about. There's a lot of things that stick out to me. So music, for one thing, I know way too much about. Bands specifically, especially the ones that I'm into, like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, those kinds of bands. I know, like, everything about those bands for some reason. Then a lot of anime. Like, I know a lot about everything Dragon Ball Z up through GT, and could probably be quizzed on a lot of that stuff and be able to pull out pretty decent answers. Naruto all the way up to Boruto is another thing. You know, just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. I'll probably be streaming tonight for, I don't know, 3 more hours, something like that. I have a lot of things I want to do in RuneScape tonight. The OSRS e-dating rabbit hole is an insane one. Dude, I've been dabbling lightly into it, and I want to find some videos to talk about that, but, you know, it's an ongoing search to find the right thing, for sure. But yeah, there's a whole thing going on in old school RuneScape. Back in the day when people were talking a lot through forum posts, it was nutso, dude. That was a whole different time in the internet. Hey, I'm glad to see that, Token. Yeah, those are good bands, dude, you know? I have a Fall Out Boy tattoo. I love My Chemical Romance. I think they're one of the greatest bands that's ever existed. I like mid 2000s pop punk / you know, emo music was definitely a time where I was just so available to research things that I would watch anything about anything and learn everything that I could, read all the stuff, have all these questions. Doxing leaks, exposing real crimes. Dude, you guys remember when they doxed Boxy? Y'all remember that? Hey, what's up, Luis? Nice to see you, dude. I've been doing good. How have you been? I did go to When We Were Young. I went to the first year of When We Were Young. Yep. That was a good time, dude. That was one of my favorite vacations I've ever been on. That was amazing. Dude, Boruto seemed like a parody for sure. I just couldn't get into it. Some of the fight scenes in it were beautiful though, and I like a lot of those fight scenes. Dude, that's insane. It really is boring, Naruto. I didn't even realize that. Dude, it was peak time for music. There were so many good things happening at that point, and just so much, you know, I don't know. It was just a whole vibe that was going on, and people were really good at making that kind of music then, and I really fell in love in that period of my life. I mean, I was in middle school and all that was going on, and it really spoke to me. And the grind's going good, Silky. How's your grind going? What are you doing? Are you doing prayer as well? I'm not troll. I am Boxy, you see? I probably won't go to When We Were Young this year. You know, if as time goes on, I might go to another one, but that first one, the lineup was so good that I had to go see it. But yeah, I probably won't go to When We Were Young this year. Are you going to go, TJ? I'm sorry, Luis. That sucks. You'll get it. You'll get it, dude. I finally got my mace. It took me forever, but I finally did it. Dude, I don't know if I can suffer through a RuneScape music video. They make me cringe so hard. I know some people really love them, but I wasn't there for it, and they just... No one... I've never seen a RuneScape music video where the person had charisma on the microphone, dude. It always sounds like some dude who it's their first time ever recording vocals over a track. And that it just... As a musician, it's a really hard thing for me to listen to. You realize as you play a lot of music that the vibe is everything, and their vibe is whack most of the time, dude. My Chemical Romance was incredible live, dude. We were probably at the same one, I'm assuming. It was a really good time, man. I mean, you know, pizza was ridiculously expensive and water was free, so that's at least good. Their porta potty situation was excellent, though, and I was very happy about that. I'm pretty sure I had to take a fucking gross one during that, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. We also, during that time, I went to LA for the first time right before that, so we went to Las Vegas early, and then I went to LA for my first time ever. We drove all the way to LA in a rental car, and it was a blast, man. I had never been to that city before. It was so interesting to see everything. It was such a fun time. Hey, that's so sick, dude. Good for you, TJ, for real. Day 2 this year? Okay, word. I'll let you know, man. That would be really, really cool. Good for you, though, man. That's awesome. I didn't know you were engaged. That's really sick. Congratulations on all of that, man. It'll be a blast. It's a really good festival. I know there was so much hate about it, and everyone was hoping that terrible things would happen during it because they couldn't go and everything. But it was a really, really one of the best festivals I've ever been to in my entire life, for sure. And I've been to a ton of them. I've went to a lot of work tours. Dude, everyone had a mad crush on Boxy, Rusty. Everyone did. It's, you know, it was an odd time, but, you know, she was the embodiment of the emo girl that we all wished existed at our school. Hey, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks for stopping by, and enjoy the rest of your night, man. Get your stuff. Get her done. Sleep if you need to, Roy. It's Friday night, though. Blind Guardian. I've never seen Blind Guardian, but in the same vein of a band whose live shows I don't think can get topped, The Chariot. Seeing The Chariot live when I was younger blew my mind, dude. One of the most one of the most energy-filled bands that I'd ever seen. It was nuts. Nuts. And even the side projects that came out of that band were really, really good. There was a lot of mosh pits there, dude. It was a good time. I got to see Jimmy Eat World there as well, and I love Jimmy Eat World. They sounded absolutely amazing. It was a blast, dude. It was such a good time. So you guys been watching anything good lately? Watching any good movies, TV shows, or anime out there? I've, like I said, I spoiled myself on a whole bunch of Jujutsu Kaisen last night, and that show's really, really good, dude. Once again, a lot of people have these weird quarrels with things that never come up for me because they analyze things in a totally different way than I do. But I think the philosophy inside of Jujutsu Kaisen is top tier. The things that show is about under the surface, I think, is my favorite part about it. Oh, are you from Australia, Zypho? That's sick. Australia is a country that I would like to live in one day. It seems awesome, dude. You guys have Adelaide, which is considered to be one of the nicest places to live on Earth. And also the hometown of Brady Heron and Tim Hine. Indeed, Flavor. I would have been listening to Linkin Park, but yes, indeed, agreed. All of those songs that I had gotten off of LimeWire, you know, allegedly, and just listening to them on Windows Media Player, and just sitting there, just a bunch of mislabeled Linkin Park songs. That was such a good time, dude. What an excellent feeling. Fringe? Word. I have watched One Piece up to Skypiea, but I haven't gone any further than that. I just, I haven't been able to get back into One Piece, and I've tried multiple times, and I really don't know what it is. I don't think it's I don't like it or it's not good. It just hasn't clicked with me again in the way that it did when I first watched it. Yeah, fanbase definitely has brain rot, but you know, it's an anime for Gen Zers, so you kind of have to expect that to a degree. But I like how brutal it is. That's something that I really appreciate in a good anime. I do not like the silly, the good guy always wins anime. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I'm too old to believe in that anymore. So it's a good time. Deadpool and Wolverine. So I have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but I've seen Channing Tatum's cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine, and just from seeing that, from the generation of that content, woo. I'm gonna make a name for myself here today. Just that, you know? Oh man, 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfect, dude. Channing Tatum is legendary for that. Dude, 100% OD. In the end, I burned myself out on so much, but I love so much Linkin Park, dude. Oh yeah? What's your favorite place in Australia? Supernatural. Oh yeah, Supernatural's so good. I watched True Detective for the first time this year, and it has become one of my favorite shows of all time. I think True Detective is goated, honestly, and that's not even a hot take or a cold take or anything. People just know that to be true. It might be my favorite TV show I've ever watched, especially the first season. The anime's pacing for which one, by the way? One Piece or Jujutsu Kaisen? Misfits. I don't think I've ever watched Misfits. Wait, no, I don't think so. What's that show about? Maybe. The Wit remake of One Piece to get back into One Piece? I would definitely rewatch it if there was a remake of it. Although I don't like the live action stuff that's been happening with it, but that's just me. I don't like live action anime that much. It always feels kind of corny to me. The good guy doesn't always win in One Piece. Ooh, 41. Wait, is it 41 or 42? 42. 41. Okay. Do I have enough bones? I did a calculator. I should have enough bones, but it's feeling like I'm not going to. Paul, no. I wouldn't say that old school RuneScape has the best community amongst other MMOs. It might have the best content creators amongst other MMOs as far as just straight quality of video that people put out. But community-wise, there is such a dark side to the RuneScape community, dude. There are a lot of, at least in the video watching community for old school RuneScape, there are a lot of what I would describe as title and thumbnail watchers, which is that they read the title, they see the thumbnail, and they leave a comment based on what they think that video is going to be about, and not even what that video is about. And I find that to be a really odd thing that happens. And a lot of times those comments are negative. And there's a lot of superiority that goes on in the RuneScape community. But I do love RuneScape, and it does have really good people inside of it. A lot of them are here hanging out now. But it is definitely a thing that has its faults for sure. And they're pretty abruptly noticeable. I don't know, pop your 99 fire making, dude. Do it. I don't know what MMO has the best community. They all have their flaws for sure. Guild Wars 2 has a really welcoming community. Final Fantasy 14 has a really welcoming community, but a lot of Final Fantasy 14's welcoming community is sort of a facade that goes away after you stop being a sprout, and nobody, you know, takes it easy on you anymore. And the Guild Wars 2 community definitely has a little bit of a dark side here and there, because there is a little element of don't play other games, only play this one, and if you play other games, then you're part of the problem. But so I don't really know. I don't think I feel comfortable saying which community is the best one that I've experienced. Like I said, they all have their own things going on for sure. They're all good. They just all have, you know, there's a Patrick Stump line from one of his solo project songs where he says, the good news is everybody gets to have an outlet. The bad news is everybody gets to have an outlet. And that's, you know, that's the truth about communities in general. Teens get superpowers from a storm while doing community service. This sounds like something else that I've seen. This almost sounds like Chronicle in a way, if you remember Chronicle, the movie. Darwin in North Queensland is the Florida of Australia. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't like Florida. Esperance is some of the nicest beaches in the world. We need to tell Tiff about that. She will be interested for sure. Hey, thanks, Pulse. I never left. The League of Legends community definitely can be toxic. Hey, Nano, what's up, dude? How you doing? You out late giving massages? League of Legends community can definitely be toxic. There's, you know, any competitive game has toxicity built into it. As long as there's an us versus them component that is built into the video game, you're going to have issues for sure. That's just the nature of it all. Oh, I can tell you guys the worst. You guys want to hear the worst video game community that I've ever experienced in my whole life? I can give you guys that one real easily. That's not even one I have to think about. You went skydiving? Oh, dude, I'm jealous. How was that? I've done rock climbing. That's the closest I've gotten to the sky. Your 7th time? Bro, that's sick. I think that's so cool. Were you ever afraid of skydiving, or was it always something that you felt comfortable doing? Do you have moments of fear when you're up there, or what? The beaches. So some of the best beaches in the world in Australia are... Oh, man, I've lost the comment now. Esperances. Esperances. Not WoW. It is Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has the worst community that you've... There is nothing but arguments going on in Dead by Daylight. Just everything is an argument. A meme gets posted and it's an argument. You know, someone makes a joke and it's an argument. Everything is an argument because that game is literally killers versus survivors. And the killers hate the survivors and the survivors hate the killers. The killers think the survivors are OP. The survivors think the killers are OP. It is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah, dude, I gotta get my Jesus up indeed. I need prayer. I gotta have it done. The more you go, the cheaper it gets. Well, that's good, dude. I'm assuming there's less information they have to give you, so you start to be able to circumvent some of the time it takes to do things. I have never traveled to Hawaii. I've never traveled outside of the continental United States. I'd love to. I was literally thinking about Hawaii the other day. I would love to see that place. It's literally halfway across the world. We're so close. By so close, I mean I've burned through 100 in the past 35 minutes. So how does that work, Nana? Do you go through a training process, and then do you have to take like written tests, or do you just have to have enough time actually skydiving to be able to get a license, or how does that work? Also, $30 is insanely cheap. It's like a pilot's license, I assume. 100%, Roy. It's astounding in that game, and it's impossible to talk about unfairness in that game because it just becomes tribal wars immediately. It is really astounding. I've never seen anything like it ever in my entire life. World of Warcraft is a nice place compared to Dead by Daylight. Look at all these guys, dude. Just dancing. Just dancing. This is the best part about the RuneScape community. RuneScape and Guild Wars 2 share this thing that people are just willing to just screw around for very long periods of time, and I think that's fun. Real-time strategy games, I would say that also is a less toxic community just because of the type of people who play that game. The people who play Guild Wars 2, totally different than the people who play RuneScape. Never has music ever come up with the people who play Guild Wars 2. It's a totally different experience for sure. If you go over there, like, the community is just different. The people just think about different things. They just are different. Dude, I want to see the Pacific Northwest really, really badly. I've always wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest for some reason. It just looks really, really cool. Yeah, you got two pieces of first age? Dude, that's pretty wild, I guess. Is that the same? No, third age. Is that the same as third age in RuneScape 3? I'm interested into what that actually is. Yeah, Valorant and Overwatch are full of toxic people because it's children playing those games a lot of times, though. I mean, Dead by Daylight are grown adults yelling at each other, man. And that tell other people that they are bad human beings for what they've chosen to play in that game and their chosen way of playing that game. It is bizarre, dude. I mean, like, you know, wild. Yeah, Tiff, your sister lives in Alaska. That's a little bit further than I want to go, northwest. First stage is an XP boosting outfit. Word. Is there a way to do all caps in RuneScape? I always want to type XD and it always decapitalizes the first one. That's a totally different vibe. That's X upside down P. Is GTA Online really? I've never done any RP in GTA Online. I've only played a little bit of GTA 6, GTA 5, GTA 5. I've played a little bit of GTA 5. Mostly my experience with Grand Theft Auto is watching my friends play it. No, that's sister. Oh, yeah, right, the other one. I thought she lives in... Does she live in the Pacific Northwest? Craziest item I've ever got from a drop party? When I was a kid, I got a dragon med helm, I want to say, from a drop party, which isn't anything that crazy, but it's probably the best thing, and also at the time it was super crazy to me. Is Red Dead Online still around? I thought Red Dead Online got taken down or something. I would love to give Red Dead Online a chance. I would love to give Red Dead a chance. I played Red Dead Revolver way back in the day, but I've never played Red Dead Redemption. I didn't really like Rockstar games that much as a kid. As I've gotten older, I've started to like them more, and I understand what's going on in them better. You know, like once I got to the point in my life where I could play a Grand Theft Auto game, and be like, oh, this is sort of a whole bunch of different systems piled together in a storytelling method. It clicked for me in a whole different way that it had never clicked for me before. When I was younger, I was just like, I don't understand. Why is it something different every single time? It's like, because that's the whole point. Today you got PK'd from a GE lore and lost 100k. Dude, you should have known, but how did they get you there? How did you fall for that? Full set gives you an extra 6% prayer XP. I'm saving my drag bones to cremate them for mad XP. That's good. Definitely get those good rates. Your dumbass disassembled a third H plate leg 600 mil, so probably 60 mil old school RuneScape. Dude. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, the third H pickaxe is like 5 bill or 12 bill or something like that, so I can only imagine how much that would be in old school RuneScape. That's crazy. I want to see the Redwoods in Washington too. I want to see the Redwood Forest really bad. Star Wars, dude. Dude, I want to go to Japan really, really badly. I was watching Strictly Dumpling earlier. Is it Strictly Dumpling? Yeah, I think it's Strictly Dumpling. I was watching him earlier, and it just makes me want to go there so bad. Dude, that's a weird way to type it. I would never do that. I'm doing good, Necro. How are you doing, man? Yeah, dude, you know, my favorite part about a video game is learning stuff about it. So RuneScape is, you know, like, it's just the never-ending portal to more and more knowledge, for sure. But it was 75k from drops. Damn, dude, that's, you know, it is what it is. You live and you learn. They dropped lots of items and you were poor, did a farm run right after and instantly made my money back. That's so funny, bro. That's so funny. It happens. Hey, thank you, Necro. I appreciate that, dude. Dude, that's the way I feel as well, Divine. Like, I feel like I need to take a whole 6 months of my life and go over to Japan, just experience the whole thing, dude. It's such a you know, bucket list thing for me to explore Japan and to just be over there for a while. I just love the culture, and I'm not even talking about anime or anything, dude. Just their culture of respect and hard work. And I know there's a lot of problems that come along with all of that. I know they have a lot of issues in general with it, but it speaks to me on such a deep level, the way that they do things out there, how efficient that things are made to be, the way that people are serviced to, who are awake at all hours of the night, you know, at least in, you know, convenience stores and things. There's just so much about it that I really appreciate about that country. And the same reason that I want to go to England too is because of how old the culture is. You know, people don't think about it, but America's only been around for 400 years or so, and it's a whole different world to step into where there's just been so many people that have been there for such a long time. Oh yeah, dude, if you haven't been scammed in RuneScape, you haven't played RuneScape. Hey, Mezzo, I hope I will be too. Probably it'll be late at night if I do, but hopefully I will be too. We'll see what happens. I gotta do some more RuneScaping before I get to RuneScape 3. I gotta play some more Guild Wars 2 as well, honestly. Dude, Dragon Claws, when they first... Seeing that spec was mind-blowing, dude. Absolutely mind... Why did I come back here? Why have I been walking back and forth when I can literally pour my Ectophile? I'm too trapped up in what's going on, dude, for real. Look at all these EXP wastes I've been having. People talking about how I'm missing one slot that I could be getting for another slot, and then they've let me walk back and forth a dozen times, probably. Dude, for real. I just over here imagining what being in Japan would be like. Yeah, and I mean, just the safety of it, you know, the fact that people just leave things sitting around and not have them stolen and all of that. There is like, you know, there's some odd things about the viewpoint of the culture of Japan on the outside. This might be a little bit of a meta conversation, but my conversations are always super meta. There's this weird thing about outsiders in Japan that makes me kind of uncomfortable, where they learn all of these rules from the internet without having ever been there, and then they go there and behave as if human beings don't exist in Japan, and they're all robots who follow all of the rules, and there's no variance whatsoever, and you have to, you know, say like itadakimasu before you eat anything there, and you have to never ever eat in a public place ever, and you know, just all these weird little things that come up in these TikTok videos of 10 things you didn't know about Japan, and then they become really, really, you know, shitty to people who actually live in Japan about whenever they break, oh, you know, you're not supposed to do that there and all these things. And I just think to myself, yeah, but don't you think that they know more about this place than you do since they've lived there for 25 years? And it's just such an odd thing. Hey, thanks, Roy. Well, enjoy your night, my friend. 34 million GP. I got lured and I remember hysterically crying. Dude, Necro, oh my goodness. I've had so many experiences with RuneScape that have literally broken my heart. I only got scammed out of, I don't know, $85,000, maybe it was like $135,000 back then, for a granite mall with the rock hammer, you know, where they kept declining the trade and they put up a rock hammer and accepted the trade. And I lost a whole bunch of money, and I was so emotionally distraught over that. I feel like my whole life has been me learning emotional regulation through video games, honestly. I have been watching some RuneScape 3 vids, mostly guides. I want more content about things going on in RuneScape 3 and the more personal side of it, so I can actually react to them. So if anyone has any videos of RuneScape 3 that are like that, you should send them to me. Dude, I would totally love to go see castles in Scotland. I have a group of friends who went to Ireland and Scotland last year and had a really, really interesting time there. Like I said, dude, historical things are so peculiar because you can still feel what it was like to live back then just by being in the place that those people lived in. Did you say something about the active file? I literally think I just walked back here again, by the way. Yes, there should be a longer stream. We will see, Hazamo. As long as my internet stays good, which it has. I've dropped 0 frames so far, so let's cross our fingers and tense up our butt cheeks, and let's hope that we stay good and I can continue to stream for a couple more hours. Maybe, 2, 3, I don't know. The Gaijin rule? What's the Gaijin rule? You look foreign, you can break any rule and act like you didn't know as long as you aren't crazy about it. Yeah, dude. I have a friend who used to work with me at Black Sheep who said a very similar thing, that as a foreigner, you basically don't have to worry about any of that stuff, and they just don't care, that they're just, they're just like, oh, this dumb American, who cares? I don't care about looking cool, And I think that there's a lot of Japanese people. I mean, there's a guy, I don't know if you guys have seen that guy on TikTok and shorts and all those things, who is basically just a very loud, laughing Japanese guy. And he just talks about how, people over there are not what you think they are, that there are plenty of punks and ne'er-do-wells and all of those things. And that's just a reality of any place. They just try to, shuffle that off to the side a little bit. And I want to meet those people, dude. I want to meet my people in Japan. Jay, so are you from Ireland? I know that you're now living in America, but where were you actually, where did you actually spend your youth at? You have an accent, so you must be, Kilkenny is where your mother was born and raised. I have no idea what that is. Just react the entire way out. Dude, there's that one that's the, why RuneScape is such a good game or whatever, the 3-hour long one. And I might one day, if I reach a certain number of subscribers, do a 9-hour react video to that video. It would be so brutal, and you guys would see such odd things happen to me over the course of it, but it would be a really fun thing to do. I don't know what that number is in my head yet, but I would love to do like a 9-hour react video and just, push myself to the brink. I bet the same Necro. I bet. I'll save it until you're back from the ad, by the way, before I tell you what I feel about that. I bet you're probably right, though. Active file. Remember to do it this time. Yeah, I think, and also I think, like, people everywhere, you get dirty looks if you're loud in an Arby's here, That's just the way that it is. People are that way everywhere. There is an assumed politeness in America. It's just that more and more people don't adhere to that anymore. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. My parents feel a certain kind of way about swearing, They do. They think things about swearing. And when they hear people swearing loudly in public, they think things about it. They just know that that's a huge part of the culture in America now, so they don't say anything publicly about it. Transfer to an English hospital due to an issue? Word. So you have an Irish passport then? I hear that's a good one to get, man. I kind of want dual citizenship in the UK at some point in my life. This is a whole crazy thing. I just think it's nice to have backups, and depending on what happens in America over the next 25 years, I'd love to be able to to go to the UK. I think London's a cool city. Elvarg by Rosie. RS transported me back in time. Really? Elvarg by Rosie. Hold on, let me add this because I might react to that tonight. A 17-minute video. I animated most iconic quest, Dragon Slayer. Cool. I'll yeah, I might react to this tonight actually. Not 4K subs. No, my next sub goal is 5,000. That's where my next goal is, and I think that 9-hour long reaction video will be at my next sub goal if I would want to do that, which is probably going to be more like 25,000, I would say, or maybe 20,000, which I know is a long way off, but it's just my next sub goal. My next views goal is 1 million views a month. I'm sitting at about 300,000 for this past month right now. It's a crazy thing to do, but you just have to keep upping the goal. It's like RuneScape, man, you know? You get to 92 and you realize that you're only halfway there, but you don't give up because you're only halfway there. You just go, you know what? I'm going to pull up my britches and I'm going to make it. You recommended that one? I haven't even... I might have seen that recommendation. Oh, no, you did recommend that one. Yes, I remember, but it's so long, dude. It'd be good, though. Totally hung out with some punk people in Japan, met a metal band at Burger King who loves Slipknot, etc. And if you listen to a lot of modern artists like ADO, you can see young people are rebels. Yeah, totally, dude. Japanese music scene is one of the best one in the world. Their music is top tier for sure. I think some of the most forward-thinking music has literally come from Japanese rock music. And if that's the case, there is not a chance that everyone there are these super straight-laced people. Music comes from odd individuals. That's what happens. Good music specifically. There's no way that a bunch of, you know, work until 12 o'clock at night businessmen are making the music that's coming out of Japan. There has to be a counterculture there, and that's what I'm interested in a lot of times. Hey, Zoinks, what's up, dude? Nice to see you, man. It's been a little bit. You have 2 passports? Good for you, Jay. I want 2 passports so bad, dude. I want dual citizenship so bad. In 25 years, that should come either way. Dude, I would love to go to the UK. I would love to go to the UK way before 25 years. I think that it's such a cool place. And, you know, I just... I'm going to type something in Twitch chat real quick, but it's just because I'm trying to get reconnected to the chat. I would love to go to UK. I think it would be a fun time. You're back from the Bach? The Bach? The bath? The Bach? What's the Bach? You always have a halfway burnout? I always have a halfway burnout too, dude. I'm always trying to figure out how to never burn out. I'm always pushing myself to that limit. It's a good time. Prayer grind is going. I'm nearly there. I'm almost all the way through it. I have a little bit left on this level, and then my next level, and then I'm done. Yeah, dude. 99 prayer is dude. Getting a 99 period is something that has terrified me my whole life, and it's only been since oh, your bachelor party. Did you have a good time, dude? You went hiking in the hills, yeah? How was it? Getting a 99 has always intimidated me so much, but as I've gotten further and further into RuneScape, and I have a couple skills that are 93s and things, I know I can do it. It just is a matter of just pushing yourself that last little bit of the way. But you can do it. It's totally possible. It's just a commitment thing, dude. Did I ever get into the Zelda franchise? Yes. I have watched, or sorry, not watched. I have played Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Zelda A Link to the Past. I have played the Zelda Capcom GBA games, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. I have played Zelda Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, and a little bit of Skyward Sword, but not a lot of Skyward Sword. Terminal montages videos. I will check that out. That would be cool. I honestly want to start. So I want to start doing 3 videos a day. I know this sounds crazy, but I want to do 2 videos about MMOs, depending on what MMOs they are. It just depends on what I can find content for. And then the 3rd video I want to do just something off topic and just have that, because I love the off topic discussions that we have in the Discord, and I love talking about things that aren't just MMOs. So like, I think that's a good way to do it. So I'm trying to currently do a video about RuneScape and a video about Guild Wars 2 basically every single day, just because I like to service both of the communities as much as possible, and I feel bad when someone feels like they're getting left out, or whenever I start getting comments that are sort of along the lines of, did you quit old school RuneScape or something? And I just feel, I feel bad about that, you know? So I'm gonna start doing those things for sure. Started playing A Link to the Past today. Only ever beaten Zelda 1 and 2. They just didn't stick with... Or, hold on, Jay. The only 2 which I haven't actually properly gotten to is Twilight Princess and Link to the Past. A Link to the Past was only good for me, I think, because of the time that I was playing it at. I played it on Game Boy Advance when it was like the Four Swords collection. And I only ever played Link to the Past that way. And I really enjoyed playing it just because it was on the go for me. And that's how I had sort of experienced Zelda up until that point. But Zelda 1 and 2 are really, really good. I actually like Zelda 2 more than I like Zelda 1, which I know is an odd thing to have that as your opinion. But I discovered Zelda 2 before Zelda 1, and I just really like that game. It's a really fun time. It's really complicated and really puzzling, and I really enjoyed it. But as far as Twilight Princess wasn't... I feel like Twilight Princess is the weird older brother of Majora's Mask that isn't as good. That's the way I feel about Twilight Princess. But I do like it. That was my first game that I ever got on a Wii, and I had a good time playing it. Hey, dude. Zoinks, that sounds rad, honestly. Thank goodness, dude. I'm glad you had a really good weekend. You ready to get married? It is your bachelor party, right? Are you someone who gets cold feet, or are you just ready to get in there and do it? Hey, I'm glad, Cam. Yeah, I've tried to keep it very healthy, and the people are really, really nice in our RuneScape community, honestly. We have been extremely lucky to have really good people here, and I mean, you know, everyone involved in it is really, really nice. I can't think of a single person in the community that is, you know, a problem, and they're just all kind and have good conversations about things and talk a lot about the game, and it's a good time. What's up, dude? This is a new character, Jake. Don't judge me too hard. My main has 1800 or 1700 total level. This one only has 528. I'm playing without guides, and I'm playing it as if I'm a beginner, so I'm not using RuneLite or anything. No plugins, straight RuneScape, mainlined. I'm doing Ecto Functus currently. It's brutal. Oh, sorry. Let me keep the stats up. I was just trying to look at what I was doing. The live system definitely holds it back a little, but it becomes a speedrun game for me. I can beat Zelda 2 in 4 or 5 hours if I'm just sitting there absolutely focused on it and everything goes well for me. Alundra. No, I have never played Alundra. What's that like? Dude, Majora's Mask freaked me out so much because I got that game. So I got Majora's Mask for the first time ever. I bought my GameCube when I was a kid, and it was like $99, I think it had come down to. And so I saved up all of my money for my birthday and Christmas because they're really close together. And I bought a GameCube, and I wanted to buy the silver GameCube, and the guy who was selling the GameCube told me, hey, listen, if you buy the purple one, you get this Zelda Collector's Edition game with it that had Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Zelda 1 and 2, and then a Wind Waker demo on it. And so I got that one instead. And so I discovered all 4 of those games at the exact same time in reverse order. So I started off with Majora's Mask, then I played Ocarina of Time, then I played Zelda 2, and then I played Zelda 1, and it was wild, dude. Dude, I'm raw dogging it for the content, bro. It's a good time. It took me 7.5 hours to do. Oh no, you can swear, brother. I'd let it fly. It took me 7.5 hours to do Ghost Ahoy, dude. Dude, it was hard. I was really upset during that. Hey, Hayden, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Hey, dude, you guys did Barbarian Assault? I want to do Barbarian Assault. I'm busy right now, but I want to do Barbarian Assault. I need my fighter torso. I have the stats for it, you know? I got base 40s, dude. I want the stats. I want the boost. I'll get it at some point for sure. I have to. Hey, good job, Hayden. That's fun, dude. I'm glad that you're having a good time, man. I'm glad the clan's turning out so well in this game. You know, like I said, on both ends, I've been super lucky. Guild Wars 2 and RuneScape, everyone is really, really nice that's kind of come around. And the people who aren't nice, you know, they don't stick around very long because they just don't get along with the rest of the clan in that way, you know? So it's like a really... I just think it works out really, really well, and I'm just really lucky for the audience that is hanging out with me and playing the games with me and becoming friends with me, dude. Down back. I need to just withdraw 8, but I've just gotten used to clicking at this point. Okay, back we go. Oh, things are going really well, Harry. Nice to see you, man. How are things going for you? Yeah, Barbarian. Most of the mini games on mobile, I think playing on mobile, period, is kind of a nightmare. Honestly, I am in the minority of people who do not like the mobile client. I just think that this game is much easier used with a pointing reticle of a mouse. I just think that's way nicer. Yeah, I could see that. Are there any PKers in the clan? Are there any PKers in the community here at all? I would love to learn to PK really well at some point. Yeah, dude. They're all really cool. Yeah, I feel the same way, Divine. I've done some stuff on mobile as far as just fishing or things, or I did a lot of my mace grind on mobile. That was something that I took a really long time with on mobile, and that was fine, but definitely doing anything that involves prayer or anything. But I have a friend who has a maxed account, and he did it all through mobile. And I find that to be insanity to me. And he did all the quests as a Questscape mobile, all the way through. So that man did Desert Treasure 2 on mobile. That man did Dragon Slayer 2 on mobile. Yeah, there is a fear of combat. I think that the fear of combat in RuneScape comes from the old school way of dropping everything upon death and it disappearing basically immediately and being available to everyone basically immediately. But it's a whole different world now. You guys could do it. You guys can fight. Don't be afraid to fight. Get out there and fight. Hey, thanks, S-Man. I appreciate that. Super nice of you to say. I love making it. It's a good time. Doing ecto sitting on your back porch enjoying the breeze. Thanks, dude. That sounds really relaxing, except for my dumb voice in the background, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. Thank you. Do you guys fidget with the camera, or is that just me? Worship. Mighty Ecto Functus, give me the prayer XP. I beseech thee. Okay, let's see how much further we have. 353 left on this. We should have plenty of bones. I counted them all out, so I know that we have... If we don't have enough, we're very, very close. Low-key, Ectofunctus, super slow XP. It's so much better than base prayer training. I definitely remember burying bones all the way to 43 prayer as a kid, which happened over the course of a near decade. But Ectofunctus training kind of sucks, dude. It's compared to player-owned altars, which is just ridiculously fast. You could buy a bond, and you could buy Dagonoth bones, and you could go to the player-owned altars, and you could have 43 prayer in minutes, you know? Minutes. Don't even have to leave a tip. They don't care. You're going to do ensouled heads to get your prayer up? I have never used ensouled heads in my entire life. I have always had them sitting around, but I've never used the... Is it the, oh, it's the Corinne spellbook. I can't remember what that spellbook's called. It's the, I can see them in my head, but I can't remember what that spellbook's called. That's in there, right? It is against my rules to use them in player-owned house because Iron Men can't use it. Yeah, but, you know, like, just, you know, we're already here. We'll see how long I last, dude. I didn't know if I was going to make it through Ghost Ahoy without looking up guides, you know? I've heard that it's really good XP. I've also heard really good thing about Varlamore Arceus. That's the one. Thank you. I've also heard really good things about Varlamore training. I'm gonna go to Varlamore in the next couple streams probably, and just check out what's going on there because I haven't been to Varlamore yet, and that quest is really, really easy to finish. So I don't even know how to get to Varlamore. Don't even know where I go to get there or any of that stuff. I've only done the quest on my main, and I only did that because it was just one of the earlier quests for me to actually do. What just happened? What just happened? Something just happened. My Twitch chat is not working appropriately. Hold on. Let me pull up Twitch. Something just happened. I just heard an alert on Twitch, and I don't know what it was. I don't see... Oh, you subbed. Cool. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Barty. I appreciate that, dude. It's very nice of you to sub. Let me pop out my Twitch chat so I can actually have it over here. I had rated someone before, so the Twitch chat didn't work prior, but, you know, whatever. Children of the Sun? Yeah, that's the one. Yes, you can still make noises, but they're very quiet now. I'm using the Shure MV7, I think is what this one's called. It's like the SMB7, but it's the SM7, but it's like the powered USB version of it that it comes with software that like EQs it naturally and all those things. It's a really good mic. I recommend this mic heavily. If you're someone who doesn't want, if you want the highest quality with the least amount of having to deal with things externally. So I have recorded tons of records. I've worked in a studio. I have a really nice audio interface, and I have had microphones that cost anywhere from $50 all the way up to, you know, $1,500 over the course of my time. I've owned real SMBs. I've owned lots and lots of things. This microphone is so easy to use and takes so little effort to actually, yeah, guys, and takes so little effort to actually get running, and it's so bulletproof as far as I turn on my computer, I bring up the stream, and my settings stay exactly where I left them, that I will never use anything else to stream until someone else is running the stuff for me, and I have someone to help me make sure that everything is you know, the same every single time. It's such a headache otherwise, dude. Get this microphone if you're on a stream. It's like $300 on sale. I think it was like $225 or something, but it's just super worth it. $1.5 mil XP an hour. So what was the prep like? I don't know anything about this method whatsoever. The prep side, you feel like you're playing Leagues again? Dude, how good was the dopamine on Leagues? It kept me awake for so long. I got full rune and the Dragon Longsword in like 12 hours or something of playing League, and I was like, this is crazy, dude. Just absolutely nuts. It went off, brother. God, I wish Trailblazer League was happening again this year. Imagine how much fun it would be for us to frickin' have Trailblazer League. With this crowd that we have going right now, we could run Trailblazer League, dude. We really could. We could do insane stuff. Do you guys remember in Trailblazer League when you were trying to kill the Lesser Demon and somebody would come in and and somebody would come in and just take that last hit just to piss you off over and over and over again? Man, that stuff irritated me so bad, man. Oh, man, it was so good, dude. It was so good. I was so glad that I was there on day one when it happened this time, because I didn't get to play Trailblazer League 1. I played Trailblazer League 2. Ooh, so good. So good. This is my dog, Beemo. She wanted to come get on my lap. She's a really good girl. Hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. You'll be back after his next scandal. Cool, dude. Appreciate that, Top. Enjoy Dr. Disrespect, dude. That man is... problematic, but you know, there are going to be people who watch him no matter what, dude. 100% of the time, there are going to be people who watch. I predicted all of this, you know. I said he'll come back and people are going to watch him, no problem, dude. That man can stream. I mean, that man could. This is gonna. I'm not saying anything straight up about Dr. Disrespect. The situation is like whatever, and I made a video about it before, but like, that like you can get to a level of fame. I mean, look at. Okay, let's leave Dr. Disrespect off the table because I don't want to talk directly about him because you know it's temperamental and all those kinds of things. So let's talk about who's the guy in Hollywood. He was not Kevin Bacon. The one who had all these things against him molesting young boys, and he's like back in Hollywood now. You get to a certain level of fame, dude, where just because you're that famous, there are going to be people who just see Kevin Spacey. There are going to be people who just see a fall from grace as an opportunity to actually get close to them because there's going to be less people crowding around them. Kevin Spacey, yeah. Like that's such an interesting thing, but it's so true, dude. It's a really bizarre concept in the world, but it's so real. And then there are some people who controversy fuels their career. I mean, you could borderline say that Asman has had his rise to fame through all the controversy around him. He only gets more popular, mainly because his controversy is usually just someone being mad about some opinion that he threw out there and not something horrendous, you know? But it's such an interesting thing. Mr. Beast is another really prime example of it, dude. Like, and there's very little in the Mr. Beast thing that I think would stick anyways, but I mean, you know, it's all Kanye West, another great one. Logan Paul, PewDiePie, totally, dude. Even though the PewDiePie one's crazy, dude, because like that man had to translate from 2 different languages to find the word to say, and then he still said it. That was nuts, bro. That was insane. That one blew me away. I was like, whoa. That's crazy. He went back to 2008, dude. That's nuts. Yeah, Kanye West is such a good one, man. That man lives on controversy for sure at this point. I mean, you know, and that's so sad because Kanye West does make banging music and really, really, really good music videos. There is very few people out there who make music videos the way that Kanye West can, but man, he is just off his rocker, dude. Also, Top Cack, don't go too far back in my video making, because I made a video about Dr. Disrespect and people got mad at me about it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, it's... I mean, yeah, it's hard. This is a hard thing to talk about for sure. You know, I don't want to be seen as condoning racist language for sure, but that does fall into the literature of gamer words, and like, you know, probably when you have a platform that big, you shouldn't, you know, say things like that, or really, you know, depending on who you are, you probably shouldn't say things like that ever. But also, I have said this before, that I remember in my times, dude, there was a white girl in high school whose name on Twitter was literally just her name and then and then the N-word. That was very commonplace back then for just those kinds of words to just be out there and used. It was different times, dude. It was different times. Yeah, 100%, Cam. You know, it's listen, man. You know, I like, you know. It happens. It's just not my place to really make judgments on those things. You know what I mean? I try to, I feel whatever way that I feel about it inside, and then I just sort of either still view the person or I don't view the person. But there's a lot of people who have had things come out against them that have ruined them for me personally, even if I'm not just, because I'm not the type of person who would be online just condemning somebody else for their own choices, you know. I don't want to search out clout from tearing someone else down. That's not the type of person I am. But there are people who I cannot view their work anymore without thinking about the things that they've done, because I've learned about the things that they've done. So like Kevin Spacey is a really good example, because he was in that movie Baby Driver right before he right before all those things came out about him, and I have not been able to go back and watch Baby Driver again just because the whole time I'm thinking about what happened. And not because I'm sitting around being like, what a horrific person, what a terrible monster, how bad all this stuff is. It's because I think to myself, like, oh God, like the whole time, you know what I mean? It's so inseparable out of my brain after I've like learned that about him. Everything is, dude, I mean, I could talk about the whole virtue signaling thing. But it's everyone's own choice for what to do. But I will say this on the topic of virtue signaling. If you really feel a certain kind of way about something, that's totally fine. And I totally respect your right to feel that way, but people can smell bullshit. They just can, you know? So if you're just jumping on something to get the clout out of it, people can tell. People can always tell. It's just not a good look. It's just not, you know? Saying nothing doesn't mean that you condone what happened. That's not how it works. Sometimes saying nothing means that you don't believe that you're the right person to be talking about that thing because you're not, you know, you're just not the person that the thing happened to. Yeah, after 3 days, dude, he rose from the dead. Dude, Necro, that's such an interesting thing. Like, it's not only is it disgusting but like there's just no one to help that man. You know what I mean? Like Kanye, like, I don't know. You can't save people from themselves. You know what I mean? That's just the way that it is. Redemption and forgiveness are definitely lost in our generation, but how could they not be? Because you can't tell if anyone's telling the truth or lying anymore. Honestly, how many times have you known that someone is lying to you and you are being called the asshole because you think that they're lying and they swear they're telling the truth and the people around them are telling you that they're telling the truth? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's impossible to know what the truth is to some degree because of that. Yeah, I feel the same way, Necro. It's sad, dude. It's a brutal thing because he obviously has bipolar disorder, and for people who don't know bipolar disorder, you go through these episodes of mania, and when you're manic, I mean, you literally think that you're the greatest thing that's ever happened, and the only thing that pulls you back to earth is the knowledge that you aren't the greatest thing that ever's happened, and that you have people around you who are grounding you. And once you get to the point that Kanye's at, where he probably doesn't have anyone around him who has the guts to tell him anything besides what he wants to hear, it's just a shit show, dude. Dude, yeah, they fried that man's brain like they did Alex Jones, dude. I'll be here. Oh, I don't even think it's about believing in Jesus, man. It's really about, like, feeling remorseful, you know, genuinely. Like, you have to... I think that true redemption is about a personal journey, and I think that anytime I see someone trying to do redemption in the public eye, it gives me an odd feeling. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Juice? Nice to see you, dude. I have not seen Amanda Bynes the last few years. Not at all. I watched that documentary about the one from Nickelodeon or whatever, but I haven't watched the Amanda Bynes stuff. Yeah, Harry. I guess that's the most... I don't know. I appreciate you guys being here, dude. Didn't I already hit 100 messages today with Restream Chat? I wonder why that came back up again. Yeah, guys. I enjoy hanging out, playing RuneScape, talking about whatever comes to mind. Kanye is a product of all the disappointment he's experienced in his peers. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that? I can't completely put together in my brain exactly to feel exactly what you mean from that. Maybe I could see that. I'm not even like feeling negative about that. I feel like I'm just genuinely haven't put that together. I guess I could kind of see what you mean, that he's like, I do kind of like see what you're saying, right? Because in art and creativity, there is like the phrase selling your soul is such an interesting thing because you have to give your creativity everything that you have in order to get the best product out of it possible. And like, I do think sometimes that drives people a certain kind of way. And a lot of people don't do it and just go the other route with it, where they sort of let other people do the work for them. You know, that's a very like the plants. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Necroman? Nice to have you back from the ad, dude. And that's a really interesting, you know, sort of thing that happens too. Like, there's a lot of quote unquote industry plants out there, I think, you know. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I tried it, like I said, you know, it's an odd and difficult thing because genuinely I think a lot of people would consider a fence sitter, you know. I just see everyone's perspectives pretty easily, and that makes it easier for me to get along with more people and have sort of a relaxed state of things. So I do see how everything can kind of go both ways. And reality is sort of in the eye of the beholder to some degree. I mean, I've met plenty of people at least who are flat earthers, you know, and they really believe what they're saying, man. They're not, you know, they don't think they're telling lies, you know what I'm saying? It's an interesting thing to go through life and sort of mature in that way, where you see that everything is just sort of things. Gothixian, I guess I am kind of. I'm definitely not Zamorak or Saradomin, honestly. I probably am Gothixian, actually. You here for the upper deckers? That's when you take a shit in the top part of the toilet, dude. That's what that is. He's being ripped off even when he isn't, because some things he's learned shocked him about the people. Dude, okay. Totally not Sue. Totally. I could definitely see that. A traumatization of his brain that he hasn't been able to work through in any kind of healthy way. I could definitely see that. You told you that birds, dude. Yeah, I've heard that one too, man. You know, yeah. So that's an interesting thing, Bion, that you just hit on there. That the flat Earth rabbit hole, I think, starts off from trying to learn about Earth science through the internet and clicking on the wrong videos. And then the further you get down that rabbit hole, you start to believe that there is this giant conspiracy against the truth and reality. And then, like, I have a hard time believing anything that systemically removes people from their close ones. Typically, that is what a cult does. A cult works to eliminate your long-standing relationships to make you vulnerable to being taken advantage of. And by nature of what flat eartherism is, it is a situation in which the further you go down it, the less that you trust the people in your own life, and you think that they are brainwashed fools because you think that they're crazy for believing that the earth is round, and then you cut off relationships with people because you can't sustain a relationship with someone who you think is a crazy person. Totally, Cam, 100%. It's misinformation at its finest. You know, there's so much out there that's like that too. I find it extremely lucky that, as far as I know, I'm not living with any large misinformation blocks inside of my brain. But who knows, man? We definitely could be. That's one of the reasons that I don't judge people super harshly about their beliefs, is because I can see very easily how you can get somewhere, and a lot of people just don't look at things from a methodological point of view very much, you know? Scientology is kind of wild, dude. A lot of religion in general is kind of wild, you know? But that's neither here nor there, and I'm not going to talk about that for sure. But, you know, it's an odd thing, dude, you know? I mean, Scientology for sure, dude. I mean, you know, he's literally a science fiction writer who's written other science fiction novels, but people believe in it. Totally not Sue. I mean, you know, it's predatory behavior, dude. Crazy people can be fun. I agree with that. As long as they're not dangerous, crazy people can be fun. I love alternate history theories as well, Bwyla. You know, and like, those are all the, like, in my head, the woo-woo things, the things that I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stock in, but I love learning about them. I think that it's wild that ancient Egypt existed like, what, 15,000 years ago or something like that, and over the course of 100 years, we went from horse and buggy to being on the moon. So like 15,000 years is a really long time, dude. You know, it's really interesting. I could see us living in a fishbowl. I could see the whole universe just being a fishbowl, dude. Really, Lane. Have you guys ever met the people who believe that they're like related to old royalty, and there's all these secret books that they've read and all these things that like they've traced their lineage to some kind of weird conspiracy thing, and the world is only actually like 150 years old or something, and just it's a really there's definitely some interesting groups of people out there, and especially through streaming, I've met a lot of them, and it's really interesting to go and look at them. You've become a bit of a George Carlin over the years? Dude, that's a good way to go, though. We're so close. We're so close, dude. I feel the same way, Harry. Anytime that I'm having a conversation with someone and I start feeling like insulting them, I think of it as, okay, I need to end this conversation as quickly as possible. And a lot of times I'll even tell them like, hey man, I'm just being exhausted by this conversation. I can't continue going, because I just think that it's so useless to try to be rude to somebody. I don't think it does anything to get your point across whatsoever. If you can't explain your point without reducing yourself to insults, you can't explain your point. Yeah, it's turtles all the way down, dude. Obviously, everyone knows that. It's known. We think 12,000 years, 5,000 years. Word. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy to think there was societies 12,000 years ago. Like, what's going on? Yeah, one ticket, Harry. Dude, Cam. That's scary, dude. That's always so difficult to have a family member that's like that, dude. I've been in that situation before, and it's a roller coaster, man. It's a roller coaster. I'm so close to the end of this grind. No. I wanted to use that and I'll put it back in here. I think the world's flat. A bunch of tree got wood from it, so that evidence. Yeah, dude, I can feel that you're kidding. You know, and like, I don't know. You know, like, do I think Gilnor is an anagram of religion? I mean, is it? Religion. It is definitely an anagram of religion, for sure. I don't know if it was meant to be, but it is an anagram of religion, for sure. It is one big club, and we are not in it, dude. I mean, it is, you know, it's the truth, man. I don't know. I've always sort of felt that way. One of my favorite quotes ever is, I felt ashamed when I learned that life was a costume party and I came to the ball wearing my own face, or whatever that quote is. I always think about that all the time, because I feel that like really deeply, that like I didn't realize for so long that it was a widely accepted thing that people were pretending to be other things than what they actually were, and that's the sort of built upon meta of real life, and that I was the one who didn't understand that. It wasn't that other people didn't know that they were lying, it's that everyone sort of does that, you know? That's what the thing is, that this is a game, and a lot of people are aware of that and have picked their personality and their persona, and I just didn't realize that, you know? And that was like a moment for me. I was like, oh man, that's nuts. Like, that's strange. Jagex acknowledged it publicly? Why? Why did they do that? Marimbo and V? Like in RuneScape? The RuneScape streams get weird. Is it the grinding? Is it the fact that I have so much more room in my brain to talk about things that they get so weird? Hey, thanks, Kyle. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Dude, that's super nice. So you have no idea. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you, dude. It's very kind. You guys don't have to... I never expect you guys to give, but it's super incredibly nice, dude. For real. Hey, I hope to put out more for you, dude. I'm trying to put out 2 a day now, so hopefully you can you can. Hopefully, there will be more for you. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the RuneScape, or do you prefer Guild Wars 2, or do you like all of it? What's the stuff? I'm trying to do both currently, so, but just to know where you kind of came from. I have played Persona 5 up through the place with the artist. That's as far as I've gotten in it. That game takes a lot out of me for some reason, but I really enjoy them, and I think they're really fun. Any game that's time-gated like that... Hey, Barty, what's up, dude? Nice to see you, dude. I didn't even realize that you were actually standing... I thought that you were ref again. But any game that's time-gated like that, even though I know it's not a big deal in that one, but any game that's time-gated gives me, like, this weird feeling of creeping death, you know? Oh, dude, I love Lemon Demon. I've never heard that song, but I love one of my favorite like a song that I really love is is it the Fifth Wonder or the Sixth Wonder or whatever that song is, the Eighth Wonder. That song by Lemon Demon is really good. I love Neil Cicierega. He's made some really good content over the years. Potter Puppet Pals and all that kind of stuff was really huge to me when I was young. It really does. There's a lot of other stuff going on. Out of all the Slayer helms, which is my favorite, oh, probably just the base Slayer helm. You know. Does Black Mask count on that? I have played War Within. I'm level 76 in War Within currently. I haven't played it a whole bunch because honestly, Guild Wars has just been pulling my attention. I haven't had the desire to play it as much as I thought that I would, but I have been playing War Within, and I'll hit level cap, and I'll do in-game raids, and I'll get tier sets, and I'll do all that stuff before the next month for sure. Hey, cool, Juice. Yeah, dude, you know, like I said, the long-term goal is to, I mean, you know, there's like, this is the thing that you have to realize about content creation is that people think they know what they want, but like, and I don't mean this in the way of like, these dummies don't have any idea what they want. Like, a lot of people don't understand how the whole thing works, and like, and I see the metrics of it, you know, like, there is a saturation point that you hit with content creation where you eventually have to do something different, or else you will see diminishing returns on your views. Like, you will hit less and less people, you'll get less of your audience coming back if you don't do something different after a little while. So like, you know, like I said, I plan on covering every game. I just have to get to a point in each game that I feel like we have all, you know, gotten what we need out of it, and that it can kind of be, you know, done to a lesser extent so I can throw other games in, or I have to get more time in my life so that I can make more content about other things. But, you know, I plan on playing lots of games. I'm a variety streamer at heart, for sure. Marimba is what the monkeys worship on Ape Atoll, and that's what the statues are of. That's really cool. Definitely more of an OSRS fan, but enjoying the videos in general. I appreciate that, Kyle, and I'm glad that you're here, man. Thanks for being around. It's all you guys, honestly. I love the community. I think you guys are just great. Araxer helm? I haven't even seen the Araxer helm. Dude, you should, Kyle. There's so much out there. I don't know how much RuneScape that you've actually played, and it's a great game, and I've played it my entire life, and will continue to play it for as long as RuneScape exists. I guarantee that I'll be playing it in some kind of capacity. There's so much out there to see, man, and you would, you know, you could possibly get a whole lot of enjoyment out of playing some other things, for sure. You know, never limit yourself, man. If there's something you want to do, do it, regardless of what other people tell you, regardless of the fear of missing out, all those things. You should always follow your gut instinct in life, because I think that's the only way that you can really be your true self, you know? He is definitely one of the OG content creators, dude, if not the OG content creator. He was amazing. Still is. He's a very interesting person. I don't know if you've seen a whole lot of his life in general, but he's made some incredible videos. Oh, I would love to do a mini game night. That could be a lot of fun, guys. We could do that like once a week or something too, if you guys were interested in that. And we could do like, we could just decide the schedule ahead of time and do like, you know, a couple hours of one thing, a couple hours of another thing, and just like figure out what we're going to do that week. That could be, we could run polls on the Discord and figure out what we're going to do. That could be a really good time. That's a good idea. Good job, David. That's excellent. Your Iron Man and wanted to get Void as a sub goal? Dude. We could definitely do that, man. That'd be cool. Yeah, 100% Juice. It's an interesting thing, you know? It's like a background process that I'm running all the time. I feel the same way, Harry. I think that we all kind of enjoy hanging out with each other. We all have our own little groups. I'll go to Discord. This warms my heart so much. I go to Discord, and I've started to notice there's like 4 people in Discord, and then those 4 people won't be in Discord, and there will be 4 other people in Discord, and those are like similar little groups, and then sometimes they'll interact with each other. I love it, dude. It's like we're making friends over here, you know? Put the helm in the RuneScape chat? Okay, cool. I'll have to go look at that. Oh, bro, that's so sick, actually. That would go really good with the Obsidian armor. That's really cool. That would go really good with a lot of the Trailblazer League stuff, too. I definitely want to do Barbarian Assault. What's my favorite minigame? Yours would be Barbarian Assault. Barbarian Assault's good, but I've only done it one time for Torso, and that was years ago, and I never went back, so I don't know if it's my favorite minigame. I mean, if we're doing sheer hours... Okay, well, I've done a lot of pest control, but it's definitely not my favorite minigame. It's just very good combat training, or was back in the day. I used it a lot for combat training. Favorite minigame? Maybe Castle Wars? Even though it's not even in meta anymore, but I really like Castle Wars and always have. Oh, what's the one? What's the one where you got the clay? Do they still have clay armor and the clay tools that you got back in the day? Is that still a thing? Hold on one second. Let me Google this. I haven't thought about this in forever. Stealing Creation minigame requires 50 in the appropriate skill to use. I took forever to get that back in the day, because it boosted your stats, or it boosted your XP gain from skills that you would train on. It's not an old school RuneScape? Okay. That's wild, guys. Thanks for bringing up a deep cut memory that I forgot about. Free-to-play moneymakers to a bond, honestly, there's not a whole lot of them. Other people might be able to give you better ones, but like I tried to do that one time and I failed miserably at it. That was post-summoning? Are you for real? No way that was post-summoning. When was summoning added? I bet people loved you, Barty. I bet they loved you only on your own team, dude. I despise people with Ice Barrage and Castle Wars. That was such a fun game, though, dude. Capture the Flag was great. 2008? Really? So when was that put in the game? That's crazy. I was at least 13 when Stealing Creation came out. That's nuts inside of my brain. That, like, does not add up. I feel like I was in elementary school when that came out, but I guess not. I remember doing that on a friend's account when I was a kid. That's crazy. They should put chess in the games room. I remember when the games rooms came out. That was really cool, too. Berthorpe was popping back then. Are bonds dropping now? I've seen something about that because of all the all the people getting rid of bots. The value of the gold is coming down. Only a few months, really. I know some people really like summoning. I never understood how to do it as a kid. Like, I couldn't figure out where to get the talismans or whatever it was that you needed to make the pouches. I could never figure that out. I was too stupid. Dude, Stealing Creation was huge, man. I remember playing that minigame for days on end to get those so that I could get my my wood cutting up higher and quicker. That's crazy. I wonder if that's why people don't remember summoning fondly, is just because it wasn't in the 2007 backup. If it was, I wonder if people would remember summoning fondly. $12 mil. That's a lot, dude. It's still a lot of money, especially for a free-to-play player. Maybe cutting U's, but it would still take you forever, dude. I mean, you know, you would need so many U's in order to get that much money. I'm doing Peppermint currently. I'm really big into the peppermint. Nothing replaces those for me yet for some reason. I was big into the citrus for a long time, then I fell off the citrus. Bwyla, I feel the same way. I don't even trust my old opinions about RuneScape. I only trust the feelings that I had about RuneScape back then, like how much fun I was having and all those things. But I don't trust my opinions because I was young and dumb. I'm still dumb, but at least I'm not young anymore. Dude, did you guys ever get painted armor from Castle Wars? That's the whole reason I played Castle Wars forever, was to get painted armor, because it looked like some of it looked like trimmed armor, and I was like, this is cool. Dude, I want to go play some Castle Wars now. Favorite Korean MMO? Probably by hours played, Maple Story. Yeah, probably Maple Story, but honestly, by just my love for the game, probably Mabinogi, which is another Nexon game. You see me? Where do you see me? Oh, the peppermint? Yeah, dude, I feel you. Alking rune is usually 500k to 1 mil an hour. Yeah, but you need a lot of runes in order to do that. Dude, me too. That was classic, man. That was classic. Those outfits from Castle Wars were huge. Dude, in-house Castle Wars would go hard. Imagine if you could put that in your house. That would be sick. And just, like, set up your own Castle Wars courses. That would be cool. Customizable Castle Wars would go hard. That would be awesome. So what was... So summoning was a quality of life thing primarily and a combat boost, right? Like it went up to 138 or whatever when that came out, yes? You can pump out 20k nats per hour now with a new Shiloh shortcut? Really? That's huge. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My plan for getting nats in this game long term is going to be the nature rune chest. Just one at a time. Dude, Nexon always makes great games, and then over time, they just ruin them. That's what they do. I mean, it's so sad. I am excited for the Mabinogi coming to Unreal Engine, though. I will be playing that whenever that comes out. I'll be covering it regardless of if I get 100 views per video. Like, I'm excited for that, personally. Player-owned minigames would be really cool. Healers, DPS, and mules, basically. That's interesting. Like I said, I never got into it, so I didn't know what it was actually for anything. That's like right around the time that I was petering out, and it was just becoming too much for my little brain to be able to handle. I had just gotten a hold of what RuneScape was back then. Still had trouble getting full teams for Castle Wars? Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, someone needs to teach me Guardians of the Rift. I've done the quest for Guardians of the Rift. Like, I know how that works. I've just never done it before. Or I've never, like, played it for long periods of time. Dude, everyone hates that they took MapleStory 2 servers down. That was such a beloved game for how unpopular it actually ended up being at the end of the day, just as far as player base goes. But that game was so beloved by the people who did play it. I mean, like, you know, one of the more popular Nexon games over the years. I can't believe that Mabinogi has stayed up for so long with how few people are on that, but yet MapleStory 2 didn't. That's wild. Hey, good on the Dragon Harpoon drop, dude. That's sick. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I muted my mic. Hey, Necro? Same, dude. Hey, exactly the same, Necro. 100% exactly the same, dude. I'm a very passionate person, so I tend to get loud whenever I'm talking about something that I'm so close to this level, by the way. I tend to get loud whenever I talk about things that I'm passionate about, and I also tend to stick on topics for a long time because I continue to have more and more thoughts about them. If you guys have ever watched my videos, you know that I have a hard time getting off of something. I'm trying to do better, so I definitely think that back in the day, in my earlier videos, I paused way too many times in a row, and it took me a lot longer to get through a video, and I think that was much more boring to watch, so I go back and watch my own content in order to see what I think about it personally, and now I try to do better with that for sure. Grind, do you have any reason to get up tomorrow? Is it going to ruin your sleep schedule? If not, then grind, bro. I'm going to get this prayer, then I'm going to get 25 agility, and I might even do an agility pyramid run and get some money and start buying some rune stuff. I have enough money now to get me some water skins so I can go do the agility. Dude, I've never done the agility pyramid. I've never done the agility pyramid in my whole life, dude. I don't mind Asmongold pausing so much because normally I'm there to listen to him talk anyways. I would watch an Asmongold video that... Do it, dude. I would watch an Asmongold video that was just all of the video edited out and only him talking all the way through it. Dude, I had 70 coins before I did my crafting, bro. It was crazy. I had to make money to tan hides, dude. It was nuts. I was so poor. Used what little money I had to tan hides, and then I got my crafting up high enough, and I cut all of these sapphires that I got from doing the golem grind, dude. And this is how I've been making money. Zekrar in a nutshell, dude. Yeah, totally. Dude, I literally last night was watching his video of him talking about his mom passing away again, just because I hadn't seen it in so long. And, I mean, you know, like, if anyone ever wants to know... If anyone ever asks why I like Asmongold, that video could basically sum it up perfectly. It is... I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. It's special. He is a special person. There is something going on with that man that just brings me to him. You know what I mean? I also have fallen asleep to some of his videos before, especially when I'm taking naps during the day. I'll usually have something on whenever I take a nap. But yeah, dude, I mean, like, I've fallen out of watching Asmongold, although I've really been into Steak and Eggs. I think that dynamic is super duper fun. Like, I love Immaru and I love Tectone. I think that they're really, really cool streamers and make really good content. And just, I like listening to them talk. Tectone is such an idiot, and it's so funny. Totally, Bwyla, you know? And that's all of us are, you know? I have a hard time trusting people who seem like they're perfect. It's an odd thing to me. Like, Asmon one time said that he feels the most comfortable when he walks into someone's house and there's like some used dishes sitting around with like that used to have food in them and stuff. And I was like, dude, same. Like, I don't like when I walk into someone's house and it is spotlessly clean, I'm like, how do you do this? Like, I have questions, you know? How do you find the time for this? How do you get to a point in your life that you're capable? I want to get comfortable, guys. I want to lean the chair back a little bit. How do you get to a point in your life to where you're capable of keeping your house this spotless? Because I'm not there yet. Like, you know, my house is cleaner than my homes have ever been as I've been an adult now. But like, I can't. How do you stay on top of it? How do you have the time, bro? Like, I do things but like loading the dishwasher takes time, you know? So like, I'll fill up the dishes and then I have the dishwasher filled already because they washed already. Then I have to unload the dishwasher. Then I have to put the dishes back in there, then run the dishwasher. Then if I want to get back on top of it, I have to unload that dishwasher again. That's crazy. Plus, with the business being in the house, that's another thing, right? So we run our business out of our apartment, out of our townhouse, and like, so there's a whole other element of mess in our house, just like piles of you know, product, you know, all stacked up in boxes and stuff, and just like things like that we need sitting around. So our living room looks like a place of business half the time, and it's crazy, dude. I could definitely see that, Bwyla. Mine is there. I mean, genuinely, I am not someone like this is about my threshold of filth. I can't even see what my camera's saying. Hold on. This is about my threshold of filth, personally. Like, I have a bowl over here that I ate cereal out of last night, and I have a couple of empty water bottles over here. But this is about my threshold of what I can handle. If it gets too much more than this, I have to clean it up. But this is way more than what some people can handle, dude. Some people would look at this and be like, you're a filthy person, dude. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I can't. It just doesn't bother me yet. Squirtle water bottle meme? I haven't seen that one, I don't think. Maybe I have, but I don't think I've seen that one. And that bowl will go downstairs and get put in the sink tonight or tomorrow, probably. You know, like 2 days sitting here, maybe at the most. But it'll go down there. I'll clean it up. I'll wash dishes tonight or tomorrow. You know, it'll happen. Like, but I'm not like, the moment something gets dirty, I clean it up. It's just not how my brain works. But we're level 43 prayer, fellas. Are we level 43 prayer? Yes. Guys. That feels good. We did it. Okay. Okay, now we have to go get agility up to 25. And then we can move on to the agility pyramid and start making some money. Dude, we've got this now. Dude, that feels so good. That feels so good to know this is behind me. Oh, dude, I don't want to do your prison stuff. Okay, let's go back to the home now. Let's go back to the home teleport. Let's move on with that. Thanks, guys. Thanks. It feels good. Full overheads. We can do so many quests now. That's what I'm so excited about. This changes everything, to quote Settled. It really does. Basically, any quest that I want to do now, I can. I mean, to a degree, you know? Waterfall is completely not a problem at this point now. The gnome line all the way up to Monkey Madness, honestly, isn't a problem at this point now. I can do Witch's House completely easily. I can do Lost City now, although I need more crafting for Lost City, which I need to get that up as well. And woodcutting, I think I need for Lost City too. There's just tons and tons of things that I can do. Huge upgrades to the account are inbound now. I also feel that way, Barty, that I try not to get to that point. You know, I would like to have a clean house. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, Asmon is somebody who is like, oh, I don't want maids inside of my house to clean. If I was a person of means, the first thing I would do is pay for someone to come in once a week and tidy things up for me, just so I didn't have to worry about it, you know? But, you know, it's like, just, like, I was a janitor at one point in time. Not my first, but my first job out of high school, which I had jobs during high school, but after high school, one of my first jobs was being a janitor. And so, I mean, I know how to clean. I can do it. I've done it professionally. It's just like, you know, it's just it's so much extra burden on my mind a lot of times. I do know what Star Wars Galaxy is, by the way, Combustible. I played it so briefly when I was a kid, but my friend was really into it and played it quite a bit when we were kids. It's the only MMO he's ever played because he loves Star Wars that much. Yeah, that boss is super not hard. I could definitely take him. Especially after I do all the quests leading up to Monkey Madness. No problem at all. I 100% agree, Don. Things that save you time, I think, are worth spending money on than anything. I would live a less comfortable life to have more free time. Truly. Like, I would struggle in other ways financially to have more free time, for sure. I feel that, Barty. You know, it's an interesting thing. I think I kind of feel the most comfortable with just, like, knowing that I can kind of leave a little bit of mess around. I don't have to be stressed in order to clean it up. My mom has OCD, so when I was growing up, there was a lot of, like, pick up after yourself kind of things going on. I think that sort of, you know, has done something to me a little bit too. Hey, Chris, dude, what's up, man? How are you doing? Nice to see you, brother. Hey, guys, it's Chris from the video, dude. From probably my most popular video at this point now. Welcome, dude. What's up, brother? How are you doing? What are you trading right now? Chris, I want to do a video with you at some point talking about what you're doing post 99 because I've been seeing, or post max account. I love you too, Chris. I've been seeing you playing a whole lot lately, like a lot lately. So I want to know what you've been doing. Every time I get on Discord, you're on Rune Light, dude. Even when you're supposed to be working. Oh, Bwyla, whatever you like doing, man, it's good, you know. You're on your where are you at on your Ultimate Iron Man, Chris? dude, Chris is a really good RuneScaper for real. He likes the hard stuff, man. He's got it. He's got the gift for sure. I just got 43 prayer on this account, Chris. We're making huge gains. I'm playing it like an Iron Man, even though it's not an Iron Man, but I just got 43 prayer. I'm about to get my agility up so I can go do the agility pyramid and make some money. 1K total in 3 weeks? On an Ultimate Iron Man? Dude. Bro. That's insane, man. 2 and 24 days played, bro. You guys are nutso, dude. Chris, we gotta talk again for sure. We gotta do a follow-up video, definitely, man. That's sick. Yeah, totally, dude. He's got the touch, man. He's got the RuneScape touch. Hey, well, join the clan, David. We got one, baby. Rubes, or Cubes Rubes, dude. That's so cool, Chris. I'm glad to see that you're still playing, man. Hope I'm not interrupting too much of your night by asking questions. Okay, let's go do agility, I guess. We're close to the Alcarid rooftop course. Let's just go do that. Run a little bit. Hey, thanks, Cam. I appreciate that, dude. I'm super stoked to have it finally. It's done, man. That grind's over now. There's just so much content. I felt like I couldn't do anything until I got that grind. I haven't made another video on this account yet because I hadn't had the. I'm recording right. I've been recording this whole time, so I knew I was gonna get 43 prayer tonight. So like I needed this to top off that video still because that whole video is going to be about getting 43 prayer in this game and how important it is. I'm also going to do a little bit stylistically different in that video, I think. It's going to be exciting. Hey, you should, dude. I'm going to be playing RuneScape 3 next week, actually. The group Iron Man life? That looks really fun. I haven't had enough people who are interested to do group Iron Man. I want to do a group Iron Man event someday, you know, but whenever that happens. We need people who are dedicated, though. It sucks when people quit who are in group Iron Man. Dude, they might see it. A lot of them watch the stream whenever they're playing too. How much? Let's see. What agility am I at? I'm at 26. Oh, can I do the agility pyramid? Wait, do I already have 26 agility and I can do the agility pyramid, or is that 30? Hold on. 30. Okay, I was wrong. 30. 4 more levels. There we go. Agility level 27. On we march to continue the grind, dude, of increasing this account's power. Oh, yeah. We could definitely do that, man. Like I said, I need people who are dedicated, and we need to find the time for it, but I'd love to do that. I need to do something with this account first, because, like, you know, it's hard to get a whole bunch of things going at once, but, like, I definitely would like to do a group Iron Man. That'd be fun. Make a group Iron Party. The problem is that when you start splitting yourself amongst accounts, like, I don't even know how I would get into the clan if I made a group Iron, or, like, a group Iron Man account. Like, do we just have to get invited in naturally, the natural way? Can I be a bronze in the clan if I make a group Iron Man party? Can we do that? Can I be a bronze? Can we keep it on the DL, kind of? I could see that, Boila. Well, you wouldn't have to worry. You know where to find me, dude. Dude, let's do that. That would be fun. I would love to infiltrate the clan that way. Oh, you're gonna do group Iron Man too, Chris? Oh no. Now I feel like an idiot the whole time. Hey, look, Barty's here with me. We do need Mace Gang rank. Okay, I need to make Mace Gang rank. We have to certify everyone to have Mace though. So far it's literally just bronze is everyone who doesn't have the ability to invite people into the clan. That's the only thing that I've set up so far. We need to set up some other things. We definitely need to set up Mace Gang for sure. Mace Gang will be anybody who has the Camdesol Mace, the Bear Knight Mace. That was one of my favorite things the clan has done so far. Yeah, that would be fun, dude. I haven't done like any events really officially for the clan yet. No, the iron bar is for people who have the ability to invite people. That's all the iron bar means, is that they have the ability to open the clan up and to invite people. Dude, I love this track. Random. Down. People need to put metal guitar over top of RuneScape tracks. That's what I'm missing most, I think. If I get the pet, you quit, dude. I have never gotten a pet in RuneScape in my entire time playing. They have never given me one. Yeah, guys, everyone come here and get your maces out, and I'll make Mace Gang, and we'll get that going. Someone told me about that one time, Zypho. I have not checked into that. That would be really cool to see, though. The Zuck Fight theme song from RS3, if you want metal in RuneScape. Oh, yeah. Dude, one of my favorite video game soundtracks ever is the Doom soundtrack. I think that guy has done such a good job with it. That kind of music is just rad, dude. If you guys like video game soundtracks, there's an artist called Jane Remover who makes music that sounds like video game soundtracks, and it's freaking rad, dude. Like, really rad. He said that one of his biggest I mean, it's like emo music, basically, but he makes it... I mean, it feels like a video game soundtrack. He literally said that his biggest influence in music was the... oh, what's that game called? Oh, man. Oh man, why am I forgetting this? I got streamer brain. The one, you know, the one where you do the you know, it's like the top-down game, and you can do a run where you don't kill anything, a pacifist run, and in fact that's the way to do it. You start off and you're in that cave, and then the cow woman takes you into her house and does all that stuff. Hey, suck. Okay, let me make this Mace Gang rank for you guys. Let me see if I can remember how to make ranks real quick. I gotta finish what I'm doing first. Undertale, there we go. Undertale. Yeah, he said that his biggest influence in music is the Undertale soundtrack, and it shows, dude. It's really good. If you guys like video game soundtracks, Jane Remover is an artist you should look into. It's wild. It's like wild. His songs are like 10 minutes long, and it's like flows of like different styles of digital-based, guitar-based music that sounds like a soundtrack to a video game. It's really wild. Titles, here we go. Okay, we have to... Iron, let's see. Let's find a mace here. Is there a mace? There has to be a mace. There's an axe. Wait, hold on. We can just click on this, right? No. How do I do this? Drag titles from the list into the clan hierarchy, or drag existing titles to rearrange them. There's gotta be a mace. Bro, is there not a mace? If there's not a mace, I'm going to be so disappointed in this game. Are you listening to what goes hard? Jane Remover? If so, then yes, I agree. I haven't heard of him, Zyphos. I'll have to look that up. I kind of want to react to some music stuff at some point. Wait, hold on. Did I just see a mace? No, that's a hammer. Someone find me a mace, dude. Where the heck is the mace in here? Hold on. There has to be a mace. Harpoon. You've got everything but mace. There's a goon rank, dude. We're gonna give people the goon rank. Raise your hand if you're a goon. Where the heck is a mace, dude? I'm gonna be so irritated. Brawler. There's 15 axes. Bro. I was born in the goon cave too, dude. Hey, what's up, dummy? How you doing? You guys are... Yeah, dude. Goons and dude. Crew is kind of like a mace. That's the closest thing we're going to get, I think. How do I rename this title, though? I know I can rename titles. How do I do this? How do I do this? Rubes Goons, indeed. Bruiser? Hold on, I'm looking for Bruiser. It's still a battle axe. You can't rename them? Flow Season 2. We did Flow Season 2. We just haven't done Flow Season 3. Never, though. Rob will never do another one, and I will never do another one either. I've completely lost the ability to rap, Chris. I can't do it anymore. That's so lame that I can't. Okay, well, Crew is going to be the Mace Gang, I guess. That sucks. I'm much less interested in this now. That's a bummer. Gap, dude, I legitimately can't, dude. They all come out whack as hell now, dude. I lost the feeling. I don't know. I also can't scream anymore, dude. I also can't sing anymore. I can't do anything musically, honestly, anymore. I'm the best at guitar I've ever been in my whole life, and everything else has suffered immensely from it. I can only sing nowadays if I have, like, really solid production on my voice. Kingaroo. Oh, dude, I forgot about Kingaroo. Okay, guys, so a little bit of backstory. Back in the day, Chris, me, and our friends, Rob and Greg and Drew and Andy and just all these people who we all hung out with in this one studio that was a terrible studio that we all like shared space in and hung out all the time. And we would have these crazy late nights where we would just come up with these insane ideas to make each other laugh as hard as possible. And Chris got really into making beats in Logic. That was like, I think maybe your first thing into actually producing, probably back in the day, Chris. Is that right to say? And we started rapping over his beats, and we would all just like rap over it. And we had this idea to do a concept record about the Kingaroo, which was a kangaroo in Australia who had like gotten bulletproof vests and was running gangs over there. It was crazy, dude. It was insane. What MacBook number are you on now, Chris? I would love to hear what you've got running currently, dude. We had the whole track listing thought out. I can't even remember what it all was. I wonder if I still have this note on my phone, because I have tried to keep my notes forever. Hold on. Dude, I do. Okay. 1. Kangaroos. Fleas gets himself into another predicament by trying to start a drug trade using armored kangaroos. All goes well at first, but is inevitably overthrown by a kangaroo. 2. Stuck down under. Fleas, now stuck in Australia, must find a way to take his crown back. He knows he doesn't have the ability to immediately go for the top, so he starts at the bottom working for a local gangaroos. 3. Crikey. Flea's new mentor, nicknamed Erwin, gets killed by the new king. Fleas must then face his emotions and understand what this is really about. 4. Drop bears. Fleas decides he needs to fight fire with fire and travels into the outback to recruit a new force. He arms koalas with guns as well and then returns to the city to pit marsupial against marsupial. 5. King of Rudes. So there's a local rapper who's really good named B Rude. That's all you need to know for this. Fleas storms Sydney with his band of koalas, only to find out the drop bear stories were fucking horseshit, and koalas are useless. Fleas then must face the leader of the Rudes himself, King of Rudes, aka B Rude. The battle is intense, but Fleas wins. 6. It's good to be the king, Aru. Fleas celebrates his victory, but awakes in his home to see it was all a fever dream brought on by meth. Bro, I miss being a child so much. Schlaf, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Dude, oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Zaza was involved. Bro, we were just like, this was all of us just spitballing and just laughing so hard our sides were splitting, man. That's all it was. That's so funny, dude. We put so much time and effort into something we never did. Oh no, it's my first fall? That might be my first fall ever trading agility. Dude, that's so funny. Tiff, I don't know why you don't remember this. I guess you weren't there that night. That was insane. It was probably all one like 6-hour session just hanging out in the studio. There was no AC in there really. It was so hot. We were all sweaty all the time. Just drinking, warming up beers constantly. It was a good time, dude. What a good time to be alive. Oh my God. Oh man, I'm so glad I saw that note. I'm gonna send that to Rob actually. Rob will really like that. I have to see what his name is in my phone now so I don't just send this to someone completely random because they will not appreciate it the way that Rob will. That's so funny. Hey, it's just Rob Coleman. Cool. Chris, I love that you brought that up, dude. I don't even know, like, I would have never thought about that again if you wouldn't have said that. That's insane, dude. That's so funny. Sorry, guys. I'm living inside of my own brain right now. Just the memories. Like, I don't know if you guys ever had a hangout spot when you were younger, but you have to think this was like a 2-room studio. We had multiple rooms all around the building, but the main place that we hung out were these 2 little rooms that were packed together. And there was in the main room, like the listening room, the mixing room, was a couple of couches and then like a desk with a computer chair in it and then audio interfaces and microphones and things. And we would all just sit in this room together. I mean, we would have up to, 12, 15 people in there at a time. And it was just dude, I don't use first and last names. It was just us hanging out and I mean, all the time. And it belonged to us, It wasn't a bar that we were going to. We completely controlled the vibe in this place. And it was just such a cool place to be. I don't use first and last names. They're not getting doxxed. Chris's at on here is literally his first and last name, dude. It's like I didn't use first and last names. Oh, Rob. People know who Rob is. Rob's a personality. He plays music in bands and he's out there. People know who that guy is. You're doxing yourself with your name, dude. But I tell people my first and last name, you can find me. I could say what city you live in. Hey, that is Chris. He has been in here. Yeah, dude, he's been in here the whole time. Or not the whole time. He's been here for a little while now. Yeah, he plays drums. Chris, is your YouTube name, how old is the name Chris Thompson Drums? When did you make that? When did you start playing drums? But yeah, dude, no, people know who Rob is. Rob's like out there. Rob's on the internet as himself. He's a celebrity in his own way, dude. That man can't walk around in the city that he lives in. People come up to him. Everyone else, I only use first names. I'll dox Greg though. That could be fun. I'll give out Greg's and we can send a whole bunch of people to him on Twitter and Instagram and have them message him. I'm not going to do that, but I think it would be really funny to do that. 8 years? Okay, that's not that long. I guess it makes sense, right? As far as networking goes, like that is probably what you want people to know about you, yeah? Chris, do you consider yourself more of a drummer or more of a... Over some silly little videos, dude. Just some silly little videos. Do you consider yourself more of a drummer or more of a video, or like a videographer at this point? Sorry to keep asking you questions. I'm sure you're grinding on RuneScape or like doing something important, and I'm just like, come back here and type some more to me. Entertain me. Bring me the grapes. You're a shit drummer and an average video guy. Oh my gosh, dude. When are you gonna believe in yourself, Chris? That's what I need to know. You're a drummer for arguably one of the biggest mid-2000s bands. And you've been a videographer for plenty of high-profile clients, dude. You gotta believe in yourself, man. You're great. You're like top-tier human, dude. I've talked you up too much on here, by the way. Like, we've had lots of conversations about you, about how dope you are. Listen, Chris, you have to believe in yourself, because if you're just a shit drummer, mid-2000s band, what would you consider them to be, dude? Metalcore? Screamo? How would you label I Set My Friends on Fire then? I think you're a mid-2000s band. Listen, Chris, if you're a shit drummer and an average video guy, like how can I feel good about MySpace core? Smoshcore? You guys are Smoshcore? Do you guys play the Smosh songs, Chris? Dude, MySpace was good times. I miss that. God, dude, if you guys play what were those songs called? I just remember the one was about going to high school and how to fit in at high school. That's the one that I mainly remember. Yeah. Dude, I Set My Friends on Fire. Like, unironically, this is embarrassing. Don't tell anyone in your band that I said this to you, Chris, but when I was in high school and my parents would be gone during the day, the way that I practiced screaming was by putting on songs from I Set My Friends on Fire and screaming along to them. Legitimately. That was my main way of learning how to scream back in the day. Don't send this to people. No. This is embarrassing. I could potentially be in a room with these people at some point. I do not want this to be a known thing about me. Things that rhyme with oranges, with orange, absolutely sick. What's the da-na-na-na-na? What the fuck? Oh, wait. That song rips, dude. Like, it's good. They're good. I like your guys' music, legitimately. Hey, thanks, Nico. I appreciate that. I love this game, dude. You know, like part of it's nostalgia, part of it's just a genuine love for this game. I think it's a really good game. You should definitely come back and play. They're good. That second record lost me for sure, but it's just because I wasn't ready for that kind of thing at that point in my life, definitely. But they were good, dude. I Set My Friends on Fire rips. Level 29. One more level and I can do the agility pyramid. Thank goodness. Hey, thanks, Marty. I appreciate that. We're almost there. Oh, no, Market Grace. I'll get it on my next one. Also, don't let Chris undersell himself as a drummer. Chris is an incredible drummer. He was easily one of the best ones around. I agree 100%, Boila. RuneScape is MMOs in general, right? I play MMOs a lot because we are almost guaranteed that they will have them for a decade plus, you know? That, like, that we will still have access to these games for a very long time to come. I usually think that how long something has been around is a pretty good indicator of how long it'll be around again. And so RuneScape has been around for, 23 years at this point. Like, it'll probably be here forever, Can't it be social personally? Really? Well, I'm glad that you're here, Barty. It's nice to have you on the journey. Are you going to follow me to the agility pyramid too? Also, I've heard the agility pyramid can be really annoying at low levels, but I just need 10K. It's like what I'm doing currently is like the equivalent to the things that you will do, for money when you're really, really hard up, like going to the agility pyramid at level 30 is going to be like me, like doing unspeakable acts for, like concert tickets to a show that I really want to go to. You know what I'm saying? You guys pick up what I'm putting down here? Mini questing in back alleys. There we go, Song. You get it. 10K is 10K, bro. And more than that, if I can do the agility pyramid like 10 times, it's 100K, bro. I can kit out with that. Explain in detail. I don't want it to get clipped. It's going good, Saint. How are you doing, dude? You having a good night, man? Saint's the person who won the giveaway for Guild Wars 2, by the way. Everyone applaud for Saint. He won the random number generation game. 10 mil in hardcore Iron Man purely from the pyramid? Dude, that's crazy. It's a great way to get money, though, and I need that money. And like you said, it's kind of chill. I'll have to bring food with me, I'm sure, so I'll have to go get food. But other than that, I mean, like, food and water skins, right? That's basically the only cost for getting 10K every, like, 10 minutes or so, probably. Hey, I'm so glad, Saint. That's really cool. You should. I mean, Jay, I don't know if Jay's still here, but Jay's the one who gave it to me to give away, and so I'm really happy that I could link someone up with it who could actually use it, dude. I do not would not even know where to go to get into Janthier Wilds at this point, so I'm glad that you could get it. That's really awesome, dude. Good job, Barty. Are you post 99 in the skill, Barty? Dude, the reclining chair. If you guys don't have an ergonomic chair and you're sitting in some leather chair that costs you $200, sell that leather chair and buy yourself an ergonomic chair off of Amazon that reclines a little bit. You will thank me in the long term. You will hate me up front. When I first sat in this chair, I thought I had made a terrible mistake. But I have spent hours in this chair, Like, it's beginning to smell bad now. That's how long I've spent in this chair. And you know what? Worth it. Worth it. The back support, the adjustable armrest, dude, all that stuff is just 100% worth it. What do you have? Do you have one of those really, really nice office chairs, dude? Like the Herman Miller ones? Do you have a Herman Miller chair? Bwyla, if you're on my world, I can open up the clan for you from here. It might be open on another world already. Barty, do you know if the world is open? Or if the clan is open? Herman Miller, do you really have a Herman Miller? That's crazy. Is it as good as everyone says it is? You like office chair? I like this is an office chair as well. I like office chairs more than gaming chairs as well, but they got to be the ergonomic ones for sure. It's the Logitech one. I've never seen a Logitech chair. I know that the Herman Millers are like the chair. Dude, the worst feeling ever is when you start looking up how to get a decent office chair and it leads you down the most terrifying rabbit hole of thinking that you have to spend multiple thousands of dollars. This one was $200 off of Amazon, I think, and it has been incredible. There are certain things, the armrests do not slide all the way back, and it's kind of hard to play guitar in. That is really my only critique of it. Gaming chairs are definitely overpriced, and I don't think gaming chairs are very comfortable. They just look really cool. It's for streamers, dude. It's so that when you're on cam, you can have a cool chair that you're sitting in. That's the whole reason I think the gaming chairs are there. But I'd rather be comfortable than look good. Obviously, I'm wearing a giant t-shirt and gray sweatpants right now. Let me check out your chair, Barty. Let me open up the clam for this person real quick. That's the wrong place. Gee whiz, I'm so stupid. Okay. Okay, let's check out Barty's chair. I want to show it on camera too. Can we exit out of this place? Thank you. Dude, Barty's chair is from the future, guys. Ooh, dude, that's nice. There's so many adjustments on this. It looks like the arms flick all the way down. Maybe not. They might go all the way down to the base, though. Like, they might slide all the way down to the base. Might only slide down a portion, like that far, but they can't go all the way down. Dude, a nice chair is underrated for sure. It is super late, Beard. What time is it now? 1:35. I gotta do one agility pyramid run and then we can be done, guys. But you know, we're out here, guys. Late night grinds. Bwyla, so you just have to find the clan on, I think you can find it in your clans list. I can't remember exactly how to do this. Someone might be able to give you more information in the actual chat, like of how to get in there. But you in your clan settings or at the clan board at the Grand Exchange. Are you at the bank? Wait, are you in the bank in Al Kharid? Bwyla, are you at the bank in Al Kharid? Because if so, I can literally just walk over to you and invite you. You can drop them all the way to your legs. That's sick, dude. I need that for guitar playing for sure. But, you know, I like the chair I have. I'll have it for a long time. I like late night streams too, dude. This is probably what I'm doing for a while. Oh no, we're dropping frames. We're dropping frames for the first time tonight, guys. Is this it? Is this the one? Let's see if this evens out, guys. This might be the end. This might be the end. They might cancel me here. They don't want to see me succeed, guys. They don't want to see me succeed. Oh, we're even back out. Let's see if it stays that way. Okay, cool. I'll come get you, Bwyla, or Barty will come get you, whichever one of us gets there first. I'm about to hop down off this agility course and I'll come get you. Optimum count your days indeed, dude. I'm running over there. Let's see. I'm so close to level 30 agility right now. Hey, Juice. We're out here grinding, dude. I gotta grab the stuff out. Hold on. Are you Sandwich God? Is that you, Bwyla? I got it, Barty. I got it. I got it. Dude, so many people ran up. Gotta be quicker than that. Oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna take this with me and I want to finish up this last agility lap. The internet is stable again, it seems like, by the way. So we're still rocking. We're still rocking. A little blip in this whole time of streaming is not bad, honestly. Level 30 agility. How do I get off of here without having to go through the course again? That's how lazy I am. I'll just go through the course. Then I'll buy some water skins, and I'll pick up some food. I might honestly just buy some kebabs. Why are you kicking yourself, Kit? Hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rumi. Dude, you really should have. You really should have bought this mic. It's really good, dude. It's so nice, man. I'm going to the agility pyramid now, Seth. just filled Guardians of the Rift with 150 players. Wow. Wow, dude. That's rough. Skill issues for sure. Oh, we're crashing out again. We're crashing out again, fellas. We're coming back up. Let's see if it'll stabilize. This is so insane, dude. I'm so sick of this ISP, bro. I'm gonna be pissed. Come on, stabilize. Stabilize, bitrate. Stabilize. Do we do it or do we not? Do we stabilize? Come on, stabilize, bitrate. Stabilize. The SM7B's a headache anyways, Kit, honestly. Come on, stabilize. My connection's dropping terribly. It's been good all day. Dude, it's having such a hard time. It wants to stabilize, but it just can't. Dude, it'll drop all the way down to 3,000. We crashed. We crashed. Yeah, it's time to call it.